We are back for one more run. Pre-GDQ. Let's look at our classes. What is that? Ah, the pitchfork. Looks like a regular short sword. Rapier. Reinforced club. Blacksmith hammer. Estoc. Another short sword. Club. Dagger. Nothing. Okay. Alright. Okay, I will begin as Hunter. It's got some nice gear there. Let's see what we got. Yes, it randomizes the classes. Sometimes we can randomize with a weapon that we keep the entire run. Titty Pitty and House of Tabbies. Welcome back. Wow. Couldn't have done it better myself. Beautiful. Here we go. Here we go. It could be Baldur's Swag Sword. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Oh, we got gold-hemmed bottoms. That's pretty good. Oh, we've got gold-hemmed top and bottoms. Oh. Forgot about the bosses here. Forgot that we got cucked by Stray Demon for like 3 minutes at the beginning of last time. I can't drop it on the ladder. This is good light armor. Very good light armor. Do I hear my DS1 character creation music in my dreams? Maybe if I'm playing Dark Souls in the dream? Maybe? But no. That's a centipede, I think. The sunlight shield. Oh, you again. Yeah, I remember getting fire locked by you. The bot. Oh, it is Baldur's Swag Sword. Whoa. That's a normal upgrade path weapon, isn't it?
Regretted.
Good. Yeah, so I'm gonna be ditching this weapon very quickly. Have I ever played DS in my dreams? I don't think so. I don't think so. Ah, it's a Taurus Demon. Longbow. Hello. Smash it. Nice. Thank you. Now we save him quick because the boss has to go down to his arena. Because he stays up for some reason otherwise. And then he's cleared the way. Nice and quick. Why ditch it? Because a regular upgrade path weapon is not going to help. If we... Ugh. Also, the damage is trash. We want a Demon Titanite, Dragon Scale, or Twinkling Titanite upgrade path weapon. Huh? Oh, what? Where'd he go? Oh! The worm one what? Would a Black Knight Greatsword be too slow to go with on a speedrun? No. It's my favorite weapon, but it's not a good choice for a speedrun weapon, though. But if we already established Twinkling Titanite, and I got that weapon, yes, I would go with that. Unless we already had a good weapon. Elite Knight Gauntlet. Swarm 1 what? Gauntlets of a Brave Knight. I have one soul. Hello? Another Sorcerer's Catalyst. Cat Covenant Ring. Looked like Ring of Fog, but it wasn't. I should probably pick up as many items like that I would normally pick up. Well, I don't know. Sunlight Maggot. Okay, Giant's Halberd we did roll with one time. That's Twinkling Titanite, isn't it? It's got lightning damage, split damage. I think I was like not super happy with it. But in a pinch, it could work. Let's see what else we get. 7 humanity. Oh. Why did I not think that reached around? Giants. Giants. Black iron armor. All right, some heavy armor, huh? Lightning and Sanctuary Guardian, yeah. Lightning split kind of is the worst of the splits. But now, I mean... Oh, yeah. It's not... It's pretty bad. It's not great. It's very good. Oh, run confirm. Okay, what the hell? All right, Gravelord Sword it is. Gravelord Sword confirmed. We have our run. Wow. I mean, it depends on how much lightning split, right? Blacksmith Giant Hammer is really good. Okay, what do I need stats-wise? I might need the dex. Nope, I've got it. I just need one more strength. Ah, mid-roll. Mid-roll. Game's like, here you go. Yeah, exactly. So now we want Demon Titanite. Oh, I should use the weapon that I can actually use. Can't use that. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, so I do want to like kill the thing that drops upgrade materials. Oh, Nullacil Sorcerer. That's great. That's great, no. Right. Lord's Blade Gloves. Okay. The Gravelord Sword with the gold helmet is very nice fashion, yeah. I have procced Toxic with the Gravelord Sword every time I've used it. It's very likely you will see it in this run. Demon's Great Hammer. Way too heavy. Way too heavy and slow. I might not count, though, for that question, because I've played Dark Souls far too many times in far too many ways. Don't like this. Ugh. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But it could drop the Demon Titanite that we so desperately want and desire. Which sword is best? For what? Certain swords are better at certain things. Wow. You mean overall damage? Do you mean overall damage, or do you mean damage per second? Because those are different things. Dragon Greatsword is insane. But it requires a minimum of like 36 strength to two-hand. It's also extremely heavy. So if you want to use that for a light build, it's not a great option. But you could. If you have a lot of stats, depends on your stats. Claymore is a great in-between. I think it gets C scaling in strength and dex. It's a fantastic quality weapon. Not heavy. Nice move set. R2's great. The running R1's great. But not a heavy hitter, right? Zweihander, great heavy hitter. Strength focus. Heavy, but not as heavy as Dragon Greatsword. And then also, good God, dude. You know, you have to consider normal upgrade path versus something like Twinkling Titanite or Dragon Scale or Demon Titanite or any of that. I don't really have the damage for you yet, buddy. Do I have any souls? The sweep on the R2 is very good for the Claymore. Let me see here. Oh, I've got the Guardian Soul, I forgot. Wait a minute. Okay, he's stuck.
Well, you must be a new arrival.
Twinkling Titanite. Oh. I mean, that's good. Oh, he's coming up. He's coming up. I hadn't touched a bonfire, so that could have gone in a bad way. Let's see if he's got a Twinkling Titanite weapon that we would prefer over the Grave Lord's sword. There's a chance. Ooh, I'm definitely buying this. It's a very good backup. Holy shit, he's got the fucking gamut of Twinkling Titanite. Now if we find Black Knight Sword, Black Knight Great Axe, like that's the choice. We didn't find a Twinkly. I mean, Giant's Halberd is Twinklies, but again, the split damage, and we already have Gravelord's Sword, which is going to be as much damage, but pure fizz, so less resistances and just better overall. So let's just level strength. Phew! And I'm going to go to Quelaag because I think this is a good play, is invest in damage, all of my stats, before I go down to Quelaag. Then use those stats on Vitality/Endurance so we can wear more armor, so we can have more survivability. Things like that. Tuned in, happy to see a swag sword in your hands, and I will never touch it again. And look who dropped some Twinkling Titanite. So this is the run of Twinklies. So, yeah. We get a halberd or something? I technically could save a lot of time by not checking these chests down here, but whatever. Oh, there you go. Good call, Soy. The GDQ channel is in 10 minutes follower-only mode. So, make sure to follow at least 10 minutes. Well, we're going to raid over 30 minutes early. But if you want to be able to chat during the... some of those 30 minutes. There, click that link. Game's done quick. That's where you want to follow. Well, we have Demon Titanite for this weapon now, too. So, Helm of Thorns. Okay, I'm going to just do this. We are going to lose forward progress. However, Soul of a Hero. +2 weapon.
Where are you up?
At this point, this is still a damage focus, not survivability, so I want to go down to Quelaag still, I think. First. Quelaag and Ceaseless. Tappy Oaks, thanks for 89 months. Good luck on the GDQ run, Lobos. Thank you very much. Now, even though we've gotten all this fantastic RNG for a lot of things, you know, it can always go south. Always go south. Looking at you, double Sanctuary Guardian gargoyles. Really appreciated y'all showing up that one time. Good. Chain leggings, Pyromancy, Fireball. Calamite, Manus, Gargoyles. I don't know if they'd hurt each other. Humanity, Dragon Slayer, Great Bow. Very good. I'm gonna check Petrus real quick, like. Which I probably should have done before I went and purchased everything. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very.
Yes. Why would you pass on forced follows?
No.
It's to prevent shit like bots and stuff. Not like to...
Come again?
You're not being greedy for viewers. Wow. GDQ is games done quick. They have run awesome games done quick. They run a massive event where they have upwards of 100K viewers. And they spend a week or so raising money for Doctors Without Borders. They've done it for a very long time now. And it's all the best class speedrunners of all the games you love, and some you may have never even heard of. And a massive event. 10-minute follow mode is nothing to be upset about. Especially if you understand why they're doing it. Oh. GDQ is Gonky Dong Quantry. They're impressive. Lots of cool niche runs. They've got all sorts of... They do the taskbot section. There's like the whatever late night hours. Well, what is it? The shit block? Nope. What do they call it? The worst game. The games that aren't super great. Ow! Fuck. It's 10 minutes. How long you have to wait before you can chat? After you have followed, yes. But guess what? You could do that right now. And when you actually want to chat, you would be ready. You'd be able to chat. It simply deters bot programs. And sure, a bot program could just program, wait 10 minutes, follow, and then wait 10 minutes, and then spam message. But it just slows down that whole process. And okay, this is not use what you get. This is a speed run that I'll be doing on the Games Done Quick channel in about 2 hours. That's not very bot efficient, yeah. Spam malware adverts, spam, follow alerts, spam. Is that a Didlo in her hand? Legit message that we used to get here on Twitch. Okay. If I mess up and take a big hit, we'll die. Hey, this is a boss that's gonna get toxic for whoever was asking. I will alert you when the tox have kicked. I'm gonna stay topped off. This is scary. There, toxic. You see the black cloud? Boom. Stop. Stop. He's stinky now. It's a very easy boss to run into early on the hitbox. With all these AoEs. And if I were to do that, I would probably get one shot! That was great. He's rage posting on Twitter right now. Very toxic, yes. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. All right, we will go down here to do ceaseless. Super worst case scenario, if we die, whatever, but that will suck. I don't want to die down here. I'm gonna check my quick. Yeah, I want to put Homeward Bone onto there just so we're ready to go. We don't touch a bonfire down here again because we would have to run out of Blighttown. No, you can't just light the bonfire to activate it in Dark Souls 1. You have to sit at the bonfire. And running up out of Blighttown is much slower than just running down through Blighttown later. You know. Especially in Randomizer, when you might not know what's around the other corner and you get wrecked. Lazy Panda 91 and Heinrich and Quants. Welcome back, friends. Ornstein again? Let's see. It can definitely be quite a few other bosses. Ah, Gaping again. Okay. This is actually good. Gaping is pretty easy to cheese. I don't know how he's going to activate. Hopefully it's not... Okay, pretend like I'm attacking your head, blah, blah, blah. I'm still in front of you. Okay, bait the charge. Now we're good. Oh. Are we good? Oh. I don't know if we're good. He's gonna turn with me a little bit. Curious. Well, I'll just kill it. It dies pretty fast, actually. But gotta watch for tail and shit. There you go. Nice miss. Nice miss. No, oh my god. Hate this weapon. Yes, we can cut tail and get something else. All right. It pushes him forward. Actually, that's very good to know. Look at that. We've got speed strats. We've got speed strats. We just have him do that charge. He doesn't go all the way, but when we knock his tail off, it pushes him forward. That was a very good call. Giga Chad, 7 brain suggestion yet again. We haven't done the first boss yet. New tech unlocked. So we go vitality just for survival. Can I do this? No. This looks way better anyways. You sorry fool. You could not be that so simple. Okay, pray for a good hell room. Thanks, Ardom. Take care. I hear... Okay. I thought it was chained prisoner chainmail that I was hearing, which I was not about to be very happy about. Well, I guess we're just going. Holy, nice one. Oh, the double pyro. Fire. Oh. No? Okay. See, that's why we leveled the vitality for him. Big Ornstein is second. Manus is first. I hope that Manus hurts Ornstein. That would be great. No, our damage is good. We've got a good weapon. But, yeah. It's a slow weapon, though. But we don't really have stats or anything yet. Huh? Huh? The torch bro is sniping me from the fog gate. What? The sack brother. Toxic idiot. God. Stop! Holy crappa. Ornstein, get in here. I need you to start dying or killing. There he is. Does he do anything? He stabs me. Yeah, he stabs me. That's great. I just need to learn for science, like, what is... Nothing? 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 Okay, another idea could be... if I go into the corner... Nah, he can summon dark magic on me, and that would suck. Oh, God. I'm out of stamina. What was that? That was a stored roll. Holy shit. Jesus. That was impossible to dodge there. Well, I guess if I didn't heal, I would have. That'd be funny if Torchbow randomly killed him now. Well, we invested with the intent of going fast, and that's fine. Now we need to see some backup strats here, because that's a long fight, and it would be very slow to do that fight, which, I mean, we could do it. But it would be very slow. The Torch Brother being a piece of shit, we can avoid that just by saving and quitting right at the fog gate. We get the same boss for every boss during GDQ. That's what Randomizer is all about. Let's see. Hello, Bowley. How are you doing? 27 months of Bowley. There's nothing to parry here. So... yeah, this is kind of cursed. Oh, wait. I'm a silly goose. I've got the Guardian Soul, so let's just get me some safety souls. Backup strat idea, get a giant hammer. Yeah! Also, we can go... let's go check the... well, actually, I'm going to go to the merchant. audio is a Twitch glitch. A bunch of items here I could check, but... Oh, right, because I found infinite twinkling titanites. So, if we find a good twinkling titanite upgrade weapon here, we'll be in good shape. Suck bag. Lady Merchant would be a long ways to go, but we could do it. Hello. You guys don't drop anything. I mean, this weapon's very good, though. Like, it's not that much worse than a twinkly weapon, but... We could also go for Giant's Halberd +5. The only problem is both of those bosses would be pretty resistant to that. Well, now. Oh. Just one. Great sword. Wolf ring, huh? Poise. Okay, transient curse, divine blessings, large soul of a proud knight, soul of a brave warrior, firebomb from 100. Let me double check before I kill him. We could also rescue Briggs, but good gracious, now we're thinking stuff that's gonna take so long. Oh wait, if we kill him, we get that anyways. I'll take this too.
Oh.
In case there's a curse situation, you know. Actually, it's not bad to just wear in general. Hello.
One shot, man.
White Titanite slab. Dark Wraith. Oh, let's see. Nice one. Proud of you. Maybe these guys drop insane weapons. The Falchion! Oh, whoops. I don't need to heal again. Alrighty. See if I remember how to do this. Also check the item up here, might as well. Large soul of a nameless soldier. Sir? Rat. Holy, what a god. What we got here? Holy shit! Get me out! You don't know that I'm here? Holy gods. Is there two of them? Somebody spitting toxic at me? Stab. Into a stab. PewDiePie skip. Nice. Success. Check the loot, because he drops... There's a bunch of loot in here. Oh, there it is. Talk to him. Yeah. Oh my. Okay, we got the loot. Warp out of here. Get out of here, Snack. Don't you dare. Okay, thought he was gonna... Oh, I should have gotten the female ended merchant too. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do I not have the int? I probably don't have the int.
Oh, hello. Terrific and pray.
I don't have the int. Crystal Halberd, huh? Let's try Giant's Halberd +5. Do I have the stats? I do. But we're gonna have to slow. We have to mid-roll on Manus Artorias. Oh, I can't warp, of course. I don't think I can warp. Although, if I just give myself the endurance that I need. No, Artorias doesn't show up whipped, but all of the ones that can show up, we have seen. Artorias apparently crashes the game too much, so... Brother! I don't like doing this. This is why I don't like this weapon. It's so heavy. That's not all. That's not all. I need to go upgrade. More endurance and vitality. Hell yeah. But not more stamina than health. That's the... Oh. This is a situation that's kind of sucky because really, honestly, the answer is mostly just get good. But it's like, by the nature of the randomizer, it's unbalanced. So it's like more than just get good. It's like get good and get a fucking good build. At least it says in the seed for GDQ. That's true, but it could be. It could be worse. It could be worse than this. Let's level it up. 2K per, it should be. Simply ascend. I mean, the Twinkling Titanite stack on Andre is insane. Like, that's amazing. And this is going to do a lot of damage. 210, 202. It's just that it's split damage and 2 bosses that are resistant to lightning. But, you know, it's whatever. This is a halberd moveset? Is it? It is that halberd moveset. That's a good moveset. I should have kept the rest at Firelink for 10 Estus, yes. But I have a bunch of humanity if I need them. Blah, 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 blah. This was a merciful gargoyles room. That was bad that they all aggroed. I don't know. I guess it's if they see me run past, they aggro. Ooh, Jen. It's a lot of fireball throwing bros. Twenty mana needs for a little bit of resistance. Let's go. Gravelord Sword was about 200 and something damage, right? Oops. Also, hold on. I gotta save and quit. Because that toxic idiot will follow. And then, he'll shoot shit at us through the fogget. Yeah. Torch, bro. That's not true. Thank you. Slightly more damage. It is better. Probably faster too. It's faster a little bit. But that's maximum upgrade versus a regular Gravelord sword. Oh, there's 202. That's like the same amount of damage right there. I don't know which one will do better on Ornstein, but...
Headshot.
Or not. Oh, shit. This weapon is max upgraded. Crap, that's not a good time to do that. I don't know why I did that. Just want to be healed when Ornstein comes to life. That should be a good time. All right. There he is. I should focus. Oh my god. Oh, I'm dead, dudes. What the fuck? Rare Ring Revival. For being a resisted split damage, this is pretty solid. Solid like my poops, maybe. Yeah. I don't know about that one, though. Oh, we have all this endurance now, though. Need less fiber. Less fiber. Yeah, the problem is not damage, but it is it's the combo. Yeah, this one is probably gonna have to just call this one. But I'll keep trying until it's too late. Sprint dodging that. There's still a channeler up there. Oh, there's another fire tosser. Okay. GDQ runs in an hour and 40 minutes. Numbers. Ow. Huh? Oh, GDQ is coming up soon. It's at 5:30 CST. Any fire brothers? Yeah, there's a fire brother. Dude, they're set up so perfectly. Ah, you're still here. Yeah, that frickin'... There's still a channeler to buff them all. It's nuts. Mobile delay your bad? Not a problem. There go nothing. Galkos, thanks for 98 months. Welcome back. I'm getting jump scared because this does not seem like the right timing. .307's because of running attack. Yeah, so like two, was it? Oh, 11, 221. Bum, 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 bum. 221. This is a +2 weapon. Oopsies. Oh, what the fuck? Ugh. Cursed AF. Curse you, seed. Even if it takes all of our humanity, if we win this. That's the thing, I told you, I mentioned it earlier, like, yeah, everything's like good, we've got full twinklies, we've got multiple weapons, but RNG dictates how the run goes. It's all up to RNG, which is the scary part about doing this sort of thing in a live event. But it's also the exciting part. Oh, that was a shotgun, dude. I thought he was doing I just couldn't see him. That's so fucked. I have to be in mid-range of Manus at all times while also hitting Ornstein, while also dodging Ornstein's abilities, because Manus could just punch me at any time, or he could do either of the magics. One that I want to be close for, and one that I want to get away for. It's a lot of crossover. Goddamn. I don't mind Manus in GDQ if it's a single fight. I don't mind that at all. Was he the poo? 125 months. Welcome back. I know I have a Demon Titanite, but I need 2 for +3, because the weapon's already +2. Blood Red Moss Club. Rat. This is why I asked about safety saves. Nope, no safety save. If something like this happens in the run, I keep trying until, I don't know, so we have what, like an hour left? If I spend like 20 minutes on something, then it's like, well, okay, we start a new run and then we focus kiln skipping. What's up, Dis? It's not Calamite plus Manus, it's Ornstein. Big O and Manus right now. Which sucks butters. It's just not balanced. Of course. Manus on his own, no problem. But with something else that deals a lot of damage, and I don't have a lot of stats yet, that's not. I don't know how I'm fucking this timing up. Oh, the worst boss combo. Because of the randomizer AI, double Sanctuary Guardian we got one time, and it just sucked royally. He doesn't do a lot of flying, or he doesn't do any flying because of the randomizer. And so he mostly will run up and do like the quad melee combo, which pushes you, and you have to have a good position to not get hit by it. And then the other one is probably at range doing lightning on you. It's a mess. I'm trying to go too fast now. It won't work for this. Double Sanctuary Guard. Oh, God. Might be dead. Dead. You're in time for Dark Souls. Well, you're also late for Dark Souls, but yes, you are in time for Dark Souls. Calamine is not awful for randomizers. When are you gonna play Dark Souls 2 again, Lobos? Probably before 2026, sometime. Probably. Have we even seen Gaping Dragon even once? We saw him this run. We saw him the run before, I think, too. Remember we made Gaping Dragon run off Ceaseless's arena. No, this isn't GDQ. GDQ will not be streamed on my channel. That'll be on Games Done Quick. Go follow now if you'd like to chat there. It's a 10-minute follower mode. When you win Wolf God, sure. I do remember the mod with 3 Sanctuary Guardians, yes. Ret Rival. Oh, good. I don't have audio cues anymore. That's weird. Did I didn't save and quit for the Fireboy. Why are sponsored streams on the top of your For You bar? Because they're streamers you like? Wait, why do I have 21k souls? Oh, I guess I've just been building them up. Are they streaming? I don't know. Feel right at all. Dun, 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 dun. That was so early. Alright, time? Time. Whoa! Oh! Yeah, there's that. I gotta try something like weird. I'm dead. Never mind. Yeah. This is it? Well. I don't know about that. Prince Krusty, 21 months. Welcome back. I do not have enough time to finish this run, I believe. It's technically not true, but let me try again, just so we can learn something. I'm gonna try and go into the corner. Into the corner? They don't hurt each other, no. But, not from what I've seen. I can't sin skip. I need to be able to parry something here. And I don't... Can you parry Andre? I don't know about that. Well... Blooming Purple Moss Club. What's up, Oga? Prinz, thanks for the 21 months. Welcome back. Wait, no, you're not a monster? I know, a gaming monster, right? Like a pro? Can you turn Ornborn before it comes to the field? No, I've tried to. Gotta do voices for GDQ. Do what? I've tried attacking the second one first, and unfortunately it does not. All right. Fireboy. The voices. Business gamer now. Something like that. No, after GDQ, it'll be like 8 p.m. my time. I won't continue stream. It'll be like, I'm doing like a 10-hour stream today. 9-hour stream. My run basically begins when I would like normally end the stream. Dow, thanks for 25 months. Welcome back. We're on in an hour and a half. A sound in there like a breath or something. It's so bad that it's like, it's perfectly... Yeah, he does not hurt. Oh. No. God! I tried. Oh my god, I didn't even see Ornstein poking. Yeah. Yeah. That's fucked. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and call it here. This is very much the thing that can happen. Our run could very possibly die on the GDQ stream. That's what makes it pretty exciting, is that it's a big risk. However, there has only been some of them were early on that I canceled and kiln skipped. But lately we haven't had many full stoppages. This is one of them. Resetting is pointless. I can't finish it in time anyways. But yeah, I re-randomized before GDQ, yeah. So let's go ahead and raid over to the Games Done Quick channel, or we can watch it here. Let me see. Let me see what we got. What's going on over here?
Roll where you can get keep tabs on all kinds of upcoming events and talk with our teams. Just use ! Discord.
Ooh, actually, are they behind? Let me see.
Join the Discord. We'll be right back. Bloodborne coming up next.
Nope, never mind. Bloodborne's next.
Weekend.
Bloodborne. I wonder what the ETA is. 1 hour or something. Oh wait, we are a little behind. About 18 minutes right now. Okay. Bloodborne time. Do y'all want to watch a Bloodborne run together? I don't know if it's frowned upon to co-stream this. Next Bloodborne. Yeah, let's watch it together. They'll give me a nice little like mental break too, because I was starting to feel a bit fatigued. Of course, that's not why I wasn't. Probably not why I wasn't beating Manus and Ornstein, but. Dee, 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 dee. There we go. Goes on Ghost. All bosses hitless is the Bloodborne run. That's I guess if you got strats, it's pretty good. But they're doing a live hitless run. Woo! That's scary. It's a day like the Souls GDQ day. So this isn't awesome games done quick or summer games done quick. This is a side show. Games Done Quick does a whole bunch of little side shows on their channel. And today and tomorrow is a Souls event run by Jiggy, your host, Jiggy, who did a lot of the production and stuff at Kaizo, a lot of the camera work and everything for Kaizo Coliseum, the event that I just came back from. And drink. Reset. And yeah, so that's what we're a part of. It is not the proper Games Done Quick. It is a sideshow. Mr. Florian, thanks for the Prime sub. Gazarel, 55 months. Heathwoe and In Dresses. Yeah, we're gonna watch the Bloodborne run. The only thing is I'm gonna have to, like 30 minutes before it's my go time, or like a good chunk before it's my go time, I'm gonna raid you over to the channel. So to finish watching the Bloodborne run while I get set up for the my Dark Souls run. And then right after that, I'll be going live with a run over there. And we'll see how it goes. The blazer is off because it's extremely warm now. That's me! I'm going to get more. Yeah, I'm after the Bloodborne run. I don't know what the ETA is. All bosses hitless. Impressive. They did say they're about 18 minutes behind, so we'll see how that goes. But hey, what I think of Lies of P, type in ! favorites. You can see. Let me grab some water. I'll be right back.
Curse you, Baal!
Welcome back, everybody, to Oops, You Died Weekend here on the GDQ Hot Fix. We got some more runs coming at you. Bloodborne, the first not Souls game, but still FromSoft game, coming at you right now. Goes on Ghost will be doing the all bosses hitless run. It's going to be absolutely incredible. But hey, do you like Hot Fix? I know I do. I'm a big fan. If you missed any of the awesome shows that we have here on Hotfix, there's all kinds of different shows. You can go check them out at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. And you can also go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/gamesdonequick, where we upload all of the Hotfix content. All right, let's get into this. Bloodborne, all bosses hitless, goes on Ghost. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
I'm glad you're here.
I've
This
been
is gonna be
hyped.
an awesome run here. Awesome run. We're super excited about Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. I haven't played Bloodborne other than a little bit, but I know it's a fan favorite and I love watching it. So I'm definitely excited for this hitless all bosses run. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Is the stream slightly out of sync, or are you insane? How so?
We also have PT and Zero the Fin here. How are you guys? Yeah,
I'm doing very well.
definitely-
I'm happy to be here and happy to be part.
Oh yeah,
I am
this is gonna be
I am
a
so
great
excited
run,
for this
great
run. I am so excited.
Ghost,
There's definitely a
are
sync
you
issue,
ready
but-
to rock and roll?
Oh yeah.
Should be.
Was it me?
Are we good, Ghost? Are you here? Are you ready to rock and roll?
Oh,
I think
Oh,
Ghost might
hang on,
be
I got
muted.
chat.
Hold on.
I can hear a ghost.
Oh wait, now it's synced. Now it sounds synced,
It might be the OBS side.
unless that just lined up properly. Toll booth
All
Willie.
right, we're just having some quick minor technical
40 months,
difficulties,
welcome
but
back.
We'll get it all sorted out here, and we're ready for this awesome run.
Well, it's going to be easier for my
can you
run
hear me
because
now?
it's
I
just
can now hear you.
it's just me on commentary and not two other people. You know, it's just me. So
Oh no, they didn't hear PT. The most annoying person on comms is going to talk endlessly about Bloodborne. I'm not that annoying, but I do really like Bloodborne.
I don't think you're annoying. I'm excited. I'm excited for this run. Ghost,
I don't-
before we get started here, why don't you give the chat a little bit of a rundown of what we're gonna see here? Because again, this is all bosses but hitless.
Why they
right?
leave me
So
alone?
you're like crap.
Yep.
they asked if I had a
Yeah.
commentator person. And I was just like, I'll be good.
It's
I didn't really know who I would ask for a
it's
randomizer run.
longer
I guess
than
Dist
a
or
s-
something, but
it's definitely longer than a speed run, but
didn't want to bug
it's
Dist.
a run with strats to beat like every boss without
Should've asked
taking a hit,
Ain.
get past every enemy without taking a hit, don't get caught by a trap, and do it all from start to finish.
All right. Awesome. Whenever you are ready, we can get started here.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
What about the
go.
name? What about the name? Oh, I guess do they start timer from
Okay.
GG? I
I
guess. So.
feel like it's a case of you're going to have to dodge everything literally, and there's a lot of also meticulous planning that goes into it as a result, because we're not going to get echoes from a lot of enemies and stuff. We are literally going to be dodging most of these nerds.
Yeah, you pretty
If
much
not
only
the
fight
overwhelming
what you have
majority.
to.
I just changed my gesture there so
Ella would
that
know a lot about random.
I don't accidentally sit down anywhere in the game.
Yeah, that's a fun feature that's unique to PlayStation controllers is the automatic gestures. If you get one of those near an enemy or in a
Yeah.
boss fight, it's usually game over for you.
That would 100%.
Or at least run over at the very
Deter me
minimum.
from
You
doing
might
zero hit
survive it,
runs.
but you're no longer going to be hitless.
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
why
so
Ghost
I-
switched it, because sitting down is the one that happens the most common. So by default, that slot that it's in, we switch it for the wave with the hopes that we can still slow walk and not have our day ruined. The only chance we've got.
So I want to talk about that first enemy that
It's an
was
online
just
event,
killed.
yeah.
Fun fact for everyone that didn't know that this played this, you can kill that guy at the very beginning. I like to call the technique to kill that the it's very technical. It's called the butt slapper.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Butt
So you hit him with a smooth butt slapper, get the visceral, and boom, you've got some free stuff you got to worry about. See, we got another
It's
one
not
right
unique
there.
to Bloodborne,
That's
though.
probably my favorite thing in the entire
Demon
run
Souls does it.
is getting the visceral. It's my favorite visceral of all the From software.
Nah, you can't
Yeah,
roll.
getting one
Especially
without a
funny
weapon
when you
feels
do it.
extra cool.
Can't roll out of gestures in Bloodborne.
Especially funny when you do it with just fists.
Because, of course, when you start this game, you don't have your weapons out the box.
Nope.
Now, I wanted to ask a question. Ghost, when did you switch your strat to killing that first guy instead of dodging him?
I can't remember exactly when it happened, but at first I noticed that he seems to always do that attack.
No, they can't hear
and
me. We're watching a
through
stream.
My jailbroken PS4 and debug menu, I actually confirmed that he does, in fact, always do that attack no matter what. So if you just run past him, you have a free opening for a backstab, which is helpful because then you don't have to worry about him just hanging out next to the ladder instead of chasing you, because then if he's next to the ladder and you go up the ladder, you're most likely going to get hit.
Curious.
Yeah, those enemies of the ladder follow a general routine, but sometimes they just do unusual things. So I think having that one dead makes it a lot safer, like you said. Just more consistent,
Yeah.
I should say.
As I know that a lot of runs I've seen get lost is usually because of him specifically. The other two aren't that bad unless you accidentally jump into the boxes while you're getting your Molotovs. But beyond that, he's the one with the heavy hammer that's just like, I'm going to get you. This nerd that we're coming up on is also a dangerous one because he can shoot you, and if you're not paying attention to sound and moving around and strafing, he continues to shoot you while you're running down that hallway. So you can get shot in the back.
I'm pretty sure
Now,
Ghost
Ghost.
already made it past the enemy that that I couldn't get past.
Wait,
Now,
did we
Ghost, are
already
you
pass
going
it?
to get the
Yeah,
sauce
145
here for this
estimate.
run?
Sorry.
I am
I'm
not.
not.
I am going to stick with the salt
Whoa.
lead.
I can put myself
Whoa.
over here.
About to meet a fan favorite.
The best
Eileen the
girl.
Crow.
Everyone say hi to Eileen. We love her.
Hi, Lean.
And Eileen is
There you go.
specifically important, not just
Where's my
because she's
popcorn?
best girl, but she gives us those bold hunter's marks. For people who've never played this, that allows us to go back to our last lantern that we've lit without losing our echoes, which is going to be important for a couple of transitions in this run.
Oh, yeah. And see,
Ooh, that
right
jump
there,
always scares me.
Ghost jump down and skip some ladders and stuff. Quite common, you'll see people climb up those ladders and get a music box, which can cause a temporary stagger on Gascoigne and make the fight a little more controlled for the player. But Ghost has a tremendous amount of experience and does not need any help. I think it's Gascoigne that needs help. So this
Yeah.
one
Why
is
heal
straight
if
fight
hitless?
with Gascoigne, perfect strafing and backstab techniques going to be employed
What's
here.
that fleek?
Yeah, I am someone who uses the music box, so I am the one that goes up the ladder. I am still very much using that strat, but the nice thing about Gascoigne as a first boss is that he gives you a lot of flexibility early on to really understand what kind of hitless run you want to do.
If it was
I play
genuine,
very
all bosses you
conservatively
assume
and
to be
safe,
longer than an
so
hour
I use the
45.
music box strat, and Ghost is going to go
Well.
extremely aggressive, but Ghost has also been doing this much longer.
I don't know.
So we're going to see a super dope fight here, and this is also probably my favorite hitless fight, and just generally, like the music, the layout, everything. I love this fight so much. Also,
Paarl.
parrying bosses in this is just justice.
Yeah, this fight is quite complex for boss number one. You know, it's something that, you know, I still struggle to do anything close to what you're seeing Ghost do here. Very precise.
There's also a very deliberate kind of strategy being in place here. So Gascoigne, like many other bosses in the From titles, is a phase changer. So once you get about halfway through his health, he's going to transition, but he doesn't just change moveset, he changes form entirely, as we see here. But the entire fight, one of the key components that's going to be the same no matter what your strat is, you really want to get a chain of viscerals on him because it just does big damage, and it really keeps him much more controlled, and you don't have to worry about doing
had
things
to
like
cancel out.
dodging, parrying, all that extra. Another thing that Ghost has been doing here is throwing Molotovs on him to get some extra burst damage, and with that being said, a lot of viscerals, a couple of bursts, some
And
clean
it's
dodges
well
to get this
played.
man out of here. Yeah, he's out of here. Actual nerd energy. I still think that parrying him in like his beast form though there's something about that that builds a specific high where you're like, you know what, I can do anything. And then you go to Bloodstarved Beast and you're like, I am the worst player ever. Never mind. It was a lie. I'm so terrible.
These games
yes,
will
it's-
humble you over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Multiple times. And yes, Stitsky, very mindful, very demure. Very demure.
Say Goes on Ghost is
So
one-handed.
for these next couple
IRL?
of moments, we're going to be doing a little bit of running around, and
Holy
this
shit,
is going to be the
that's
first
incredible.
wave of what I like to consider a kind of setup.
Damn.
So we're going to grab some hunter's clothes to get a little bit better defense and stuff. Obviously,
That's
we don't
amazing.
wanna
They
be
didn't even
too
say
worried about it 'cause
anything.
Ideally, we don't want to get hit, but we still don't want to just get one shot killed either if things go sideways. So we're going to grab some hunter's clothes. We're going to start grabbing some items to level up our weapons, and then we're going to start doing our first little bit of miniature echo farming.
Yeah, and I think one of the benefits of grabbing that outfit there is it
Farming.
has a pretty good effect on the beast meter that we some of the people, if they're not
yes, I forgot
familiar,
about
they'll
that.
see later. We actually consume an item that makes our consecutive attacks stronger.
So he says they can
and
see a VOD
stronger
with
for a
the two
temporary
hands
period
they
of time.
own.
And depending on the outfit you're wearing, the overall size that you can build that meter up is going to be different. So here
Okay.
we're still in the starting clothes. I'm
Well, I don't
pretty
know
sure
what to believe.
Ghost will stay in the starting clothes because although they are pretty much tissue paper at this point for protection, the one thing they are good at is providing poison resistance. And
Fine
Did you
boss
see that?
snakes.
Ooh,
Where
whoa,
did that
whoa,
come
whoa.
from?
Oh, no. Okay, so that's actually a fun segue point. Speaking of being in paper clothes and things that can go sideways in
There
this
you go.
run, those dogs are probably the first big thing that can go sideways.
Bring Tricky back. He
Ghost-
left the DS3 dogs here.
Right, get these nerds out of here for real, for real. Oh, absolutely terrible. So the trickiest thing about this particular run is that
Take
there's a
this.
lot of places, especially early on, where you can lose your run to what we can call just straight up from soft garbage. More times than not, it's dog associated. So we just saw those dogs. Ideally, what you want them to do is two of them will come and stand on the stairs. You can hit them with a molly, and then they'll die.
Molly?
In this case,
Wait a minute.
Ghost got an unfortunate roll. One hit the stairs, and the other one came down to give her some friendly sniffs. But luckily, it did not actually get the sniffs off, so we're still good. But you
course
have to
that
be
would
mindful of
happen.
that stuff.
5 snakes in a trench coat.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks for the 10
and
gifted
even the
subs.
enemies that she threw a Molotov on the way in, those can aggro to you, and those will chase you, and they can mess up your run.
yeah.
There's a lot of things in this that can go super sideways, super fast.
And I
Heartburn
think the first
111
10 or
months.
so minutes of this
Hot
any
ears
kind of
37.
challenge run or adding a speed element is quite stressful. You know, getting to Gascoigne and through Gascoigne and past those dogs and through this next area. I mean, at least for me, I would put it on one of the higher stress things. I feel like once this next section is done, there's a slight level of relaxation.
Yeah. So more things to be a little bit worried about. The guy that she just threw a Molotov at, these will also try to chase you down, and they just are relentless. Like their aggro radius is very high. So if they insist that they want to chase you, they can chase you, and it's horrifying. And that's
nice
even
little
worse
drop.
when you consider that you have our friend De Jura. I like to call him Machine Gun Kelly.
I call him DJ
while you're.
Ura.
I would say I always when I do my run, I was like, oh, Machine Gun Kelly's here and angry, but we like De Jura. He means well.
Yeah.
But he can mess up your run
Soup
along
De
with some of
Jura?
those monsters that are in this area because they're just relentless. They don't let up.
You
They're
scroll
just
down
like,
in the
we
thread,
want
and
to
Lobos
hang
Jr.
out with
already
you.
did this
And
10
Ghost
years
has to
ago
do
is there
everything
too.
in her power to be like, please do not, don't, please stop. I don't want
Toxic
to hang
Lobos
out with
viewers.
you. We are not friends.
Also,
Yeah,
just
this
to
is quite
point
a
back
long
to
running
what
section.
Zero was saying, the reason I am wearing these clothes is for poison resistance.
yes.
It actually is better than the hunter set.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know.
So usually
This is
right
great.
after this boss here, when we're done with the poison need, the outfit will be changed and then it will remain the same for the rest of the run. And I don't believe Ghost wears a hat. I'm a big fan of that.
I do enjoy the hat as well. I do enjoy the hat. As well.
Oh, I enjoy no hat, is what I meant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan
I'm
of
very
top
much
hats.
team hat.
I get
Oh, see, I am team top hat.
I get ridiculed often, but yeah, no hat.
Oh, we don't.
My
we don't
defense when
ridicule-
people tell me I need to wear a hat is I say, hey, Goes on Ghost doesn't wear a hat. You're wrong.
So something I wanted to bring up while we're finishing up.
I
This
know,
run
like-
through as we get to Bloodstarved
I'm
Beast.
ignoring their commentary for a second. I know, like, this is an extreme.
It is one of the. I think
an extremely practiced thing, and they know all the things that can go wrong, and have experienced them a million times. But I still can't help but like every time they're running past something, or I know there's an ambush or whatever, I'm just like, and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, okay, there you go.
But I wanted to talk about Beast Blood Pellets for a hot second because
nice
Beast Blood
segue.
Pellets are one of the items in the game that even when you read the description, it doesn't quite clearly explain to you what they're used for. So there's a lot of people who go through a full casual playthrough of this game and they never use them because they're like, well, they seem useless, and they're actually quite potent because you can build damage over time, as you can see on this boss.
Building on the top of the screen now. Ghost is going to continue to strafe and do those heavy charged attacks, and you'll see when one of those attacks lands, you'll see the meter on screen build. Boom, boom. So the higher that meter is, the more damage you're doing per strike, up to the point of the meter being full. But you can see the chunks of damage coming off of this boss. There's been no leveling here from the weapon or the character. This is Beast Pellet and Technique.
So speaking more clearly to this boss in particular, this is something where Ghost has the parry on lockdown. There's two swing attacks that this boss can do that are very, very similar in appearance. One is an arm swing that just goes right in front of it, and then the other one is an arm swing that kind of is a leaping attack. Ghost can kind of see the difference between the two,
is so swag.
and you can parry the one that's right in front of it, but we're not going to talk about BSB anymore because she's dead. By the way, fun fact, BSB, I believe, is female.
Yeah, that is the common interpretation I have seen.
Blood-starved beast.
I was talking to Zero earlier about this, about cursed split names. My split for that nun is, I call her Flapjackal.
Flapjackal?
Flapjackal.
Nice.
Machine gun?
So now
the next order of business here is, Ghost is trying to go and gain access to the Cathedral Ward. Bloodborne's kind of unique. It gives you an option. You can go down and kill Blood-starved Beast, and that side door will open, and you can then take this path, and or you have the option to buy pretty much a key to open a gate. But since this is all bosses, I guess that point is irrelevant. Ghost is going to be making her way down
That's great.
to access the Cathedral Ward to get on the other side of the locked gates.
That's a great use of the
next boss will be Amelia.
Susie Skin Flaps. Oh.
That girl, Amelia. Something I want to highlight about this pathing too is by taking this route, if you're like me and you're on baby any %, you want to go to Blood-starved Beast for another side reason. This will encourage you to take this side area into the original Hunter's Dream for two important things. The first one we're about to pick up is the 1/3 of umbilical cord.
Great point.
There's actually 4 in the game. There's 4 total in the game, but this one is at the low cost and attrition of $3.99.
Oh yeah.
You just go get it.
$3.99.
The second thing is going to be that you get the doll's clothes. Now, we're never going to put on the doll's clothes. We're actually going to take those and sell them, and that's just free real estate for Echoes. Because once we get past Amelia, we are going to start looking into grabbing some more setup, and then we're going to pump in some levels and some leveling up on our weapon.
Oh, free
the doll
99.
clothes by itself gains 35,000 money. So that's a very important pickup for a leveled run, I think.
Exactly.
So
and to answer,
go ahead.
I wanted to answer this real fast in chat. There are more bosses in the Chalice dungeons. However, in the interest of the full marathon weekend, we are not going to do Chalice dungeons because getting all bosses all the way down to the Queen is a task. That's a little bit of a task. And we want to try and make sure we're showcasing all the Soulsborne games.
Yeah, so with the all-boss DLC, we're going to have 22 total bosses. Chalices won't be involved here.
Though if you're playing casually, I do encourage that you give Chalices a heckin' dang whirl because they are a good time.
I am a fan of the Chalices. They can be nonsensical, and there's some things that are just slapped together, but there's some unique bosses and really cool weapon variants and great environments in there. But I'm a nerd for this game, so you won't find me complaining too much about much of it.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to Amelia, which is, I think, a crowd favorite for many, but we're going to just observe how this is going to die in 30 seconds or less.
Yeah, this is a very precise script. Stamina management and angles. And at one point here, you're going to see a very necessary health stagger as opposed to a breaking a part of the body. You should see it here after this visceral to the face. The next 3 hits are going to health stagger this thing and freeze it in place so Ghost can hit the arm, and then there will be a slide, and she'll finish the job here. It's very
This is
precise. This is
probably-
hard to do. It's very hard to do.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite bosses to do because of the precision in your hitless
Wow.
run. Oh, now,
Scripted,
ma'am. Okay, never mind. She's
Oh,
fine.
that's-
She just did a weird side step.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's expected.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Nice.
I was
Because-
just expecting her to go straight to the swing back.
Nice.
Ghost has
She
not
someti-
leveled the weapon at all, so that's the +0 script as far as +0 weapon upgrades for Amelia. That's pretty much how it goes. I much prefer to level the weapon even just a little bit because it goes that much faster, and there's a little more room to make mistakes. But that +0 thing that you all just saw
Hob
is
reminds us
very
how hard it
sharp
is.
and very precise.
Yeah.
So GG, Ghost.
Yeah.
I
I
would-
big GG's on that. I didn't even think about the fact that you haven't leveled up even a little bit. So
I would
that's true.
complain
I'm
more
used to
about
doing
people
it,
being
like, at
shitters
least
about
like
Hob, but then I have to think and remember that Hob is such a shitter himself. So I guess
I
he.
was like, Ghost is
You get
Ghost
what
is
you
the
give,
one that
right?
runs it when it comes to the Bloodborne hitless run. So if Ghost says it goes, then it goes.
Hob is.
Ghost
He-
Guide
that
is
means
what
I just
taught
need to
me
get
how
my-
to do the
He embraces
+0
that
route.
shit. He encourages the shitting.
I had
What's
no
interesting
idea
is
how
that
to
it looks
approach
very
it.
similar.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
concept. It's, a series of limb breaks and
Who's Hob?
managing stamina.
The Happy
things,
Hob?
but yeah, it's much more cozy with some upgrades. to the
Zero hit
character
runner.
and or the weapon. But
God runner.
She just proved you can do it with nothing if you got the
Call
little
of
bit
Duty player.
knowledge
the
required to do it.
chops.
I don't know
and
what
the
he's been
hours
up to lately.
practice it.
Yes.
The Happy Hog.
So we
Oh,
just
my
picked
hog's
up a
real
couple
happy.
of gems. The gems for this run are also going to be really important because most of the gems we're going to be using are going to be straight up
Gem.
damage buffing gems.
The
And so we're
Gemethes.
going to be needing everything we can to boost our damage because after a certain point in this run, we're not even going to bother with leveling up stuff anymore. We're going to get our stuff as high as we need to. We're going to get the levels we need, and then everything from there is going to come from beast blood pellets along with the excuse me, the gems.
Oh, do you
Also,
remember
that
the
guy
Happy
that we just
Hobbit?
rolled
Yeah.
past there, very scary dude because
was-
he has been known to ruin some runs. A lot of the guys in this area can mess up your run too.
Yeah, this is the Forbidden Woods. This is a very giant area, and it's the whole pathway on the way to the legendary Shadows of Yharnam, which is a triple boss fight. It's 3 bosses versus the player, and it's a fluid and reactive thing. There is no script per se. There's no easy mode here on a.
Hobbs
normal
doing
mode
Elden
it
Ring
run,
all remembrances.
speed or otherwise. You have to learn the fight. And you have to react to whatever they give you, even if it's nonsense.
All remembrances no hit. Nice.
So I want to highlight another thing that's coming up here that's being used often, and that's going to be the blood cocktails. We'll be using those in certain locations to try and get
Blood
them away
cock.
from us. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
as
this
in
is
the
a
previous
live
run with
no-hit
DS3.
run.
Tricky, you saw through a couple of alluring skulls here and there.
All
We're gonna be using blood
bosses
cocktails 'cause that's
hitless.
the Bloodborne equivalent to get people to just not pay attention to us. We're also going to be deploying a couple of blue elixirs as well, so that we can get through areas in a lot easier kind of
Paga.
locations. So we just do a cocktail there because we chose not to kill the puppies in the dungeon, in the cages. Dear God, I can talk, I promise.
Ooh, stealth.
And because of that, they get to break out, but now they're just occupied by the blood cocktail. There's nothing to see here.
I'm not even
Point
playing the
tying that
game,
into
guys.
Alluring
What are you?
Skulls. I didn't even make that connection, but that's exactly what it is.
Live blood cock
Temporary
reaction.
distraction, so they're aggressive somewhere else
Randall.
other than our face.
Correct. Same thing with while
What
we
happens
run
if he
along
gets
the
hit and
side
runs
here,
out of
You're
time?
also going to see ghosts throughout this
I mean,
run
if he
do a
gets hit, he
couple
gets
of
hit. So,
what feels
or if
like
they get hit, like you could just be like,
randomized
well,
pot shots, but the thing
shit.
is,
Well,
for some of the
that's an
enemies in the
unfortunately
game,
very
when
difficult
you
part of the run.
shoot,
I got hit.
They will draw
Sorry,
their
but we'll
attention
continue.
to the shot first, and then that will give you a little bit of an
I
opportunity
imagine.
to
Just like
squeeze
if
by
my
you
run
need to,
goes
and especially
absolutely
if
the
you're on,
worst
like,
way.
the last end of your blue elixir. Oh, time out.
It's possible I may not be able to finish it.
Bad-behaving men in this today. What are we doing?
Thank you, Randall, for the
Yeah,
10
that guy
gifted
doesn't
subs.
always follow.
And
he
Pogger with
can,
me.
But
Fine.
I don't. As far as I know, there's no way to.
Oh, yeah,
make
there is a
sure that
hits
he
counter
doesn't. It's
right
just
here.
One of those roll the dice moments.
You're right.
That's not okay. Well,
That's
he's dead
Bloodborne.
now, so yeah. So we have some spare echoes, I guess, but that's not gonna really help us in the grand scheme of things. He just really wanted to meet his demise, I suppose. Sometimes it be that way. I get it. I get sleepy and I need naps too.
He
I
knows it's
just prefer
GDQ.
naps.
He wanted his 5 minutes. He's like, hey, everybody.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It was the 15 seconds of fame. You're absolutely correct.
If hit at Moon
See?
Presence,
And I
we're
was gonna
totally
say,
getting
I
another
like
run.
naps too. I just like mine to be less permanent.
Yeah, good point.
So
It's very interesting because I know you all run like Dark Souls 3 and some other runs as well, but I was curious to know like how dramatically different is like this run compared to like a Dark Souls 3 when it comes to like the strategy behind it.
Okay, so Jiggy will be there with me if he wants to throw in some questions
Zero,
or whatever.
do you run Dark Souls 3 at all, or is that going to be a predominantly I can answer it question?
I have no hitless experience in Dark Souls 3. I just have a tremendous amount in the wild inconsistencies that is Bloodborne. So I will defer to you and Ghost on that one.
My new pet
So
pet.
when it comes to Dark Souls
Thanks for the
versus
Prime sub.
Bloodborne, there's a couple of like very distinct nuances. So for example, kind of one of the reasons I prefer Bloodborne is because I'm a very aggressive player. When it comes to Dark Souls itself, it kind of lends itself for you to do a little bit more of like the turtling strategies. But then on the flip side of that, when it comes to parrying, I'll be honest with everyone. and Tricky, I'm so sorry if you're in
Blunderbuss.
chat. You can drag
Sorry.
me for this like for eternity. I suck. I mean, I absolutely suck at Dark Souls 3 parrying. Everyone uses the buckler. I cannot get the timing down. I can only parry with medium-sized shields. And that's another kind of big factor is that depending on how you play in Dark Souls 3, you can parry with small or medium shields.
Do I parry-
depending.
do I
do
parry
better
with
medium
buckler
shields.
in
All
Dark
the
Souls
big
3?
kids use the buckler.
I don't remember.
I am not a big kid. I'm just a soul level 1 runner.
I think
just
so.
give me the super nerf stuff and I can
Who do I
that.
parry? I don't usually
With
parry a lot in
Bloodborne,
Dark
because
Souls
the
3.
parry is done with the gun, it really is just a timing exercise. So if you can see
it small
exactly
leather
where you're
shield?
supposed to hit stuff, is Carl, shut up. If you can see exactly when you're
I
supposed
parry,
to do stuff, you can parry
Pontiff
most things. You can
or
parry most
Champion Gundyr.
That being
That
said,
might be
that's
it.
going to be like the main extent of my knowledge. I've done soul level 1
Is it
for
small
Dark
leather
Souls
shield?
3, and I've done
Nipple
blood
shield
level
from
4
Village?
for
Is it?
Bloodborne.
Is that what I usually get?
I will say that the blood level 4 run is a
Hold
little
on.
bit cozier because you get your starting weapon. You just need to figure out how to level it and how to actually beef yourself up, which you do a lot of in the hitless run, minus the leveling. With Dark Souls 3, the variety of things and stuff gets very convoluted very fast. And so even to this day, I'm personally kind of like working on an additional guide against all the guides that are out there for, hey, if you want to do soul level 1, here's a way you can do it that doesn't make your brain feel like it's Swiss cheese. And there's a lot to go into it. So I feel like Bloodborne, I'm going to say something very dangerous. I feel like Bloodborne was the one that was a little bit cozier for me to pick up overall. But again,
In terms of hitless?
in terms of hitless, in terms of speedrunning too.
Wow.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is actually considered by many to be one of the hardest no-hit to do.
I don't know. I think I agree here. When I think of Bloodborne, I put it in the same category as like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing.
You know what? Shut up. You know, it's a very funny thing
Sorry.
because there's
Sorry,
some
Leo.
people from my channel that's pulling up because I remember to promote this. Hi, I'm a good streamer, I guess. And they will
There we
tell
go.
you that
Fix the colors.
I am
Have you
one of
leveled?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I was like Ghost just did it really fast. Beyond Ghost, I think I'm one of the other designated
Oh, God.
cozy Bloodborne streamers. So people come in and they hang out to watch me do attempts at no hit and then just casually play on New Game Plus and stuff because I really like Bloodborne.
This is the Shadows of Yharnam, everybody. You can see already you've got somebody shoots fireballs at you, but they're also holding a weapon. So you can go stand on their toes and they won't do anything a lot of the time. But that same one that's shooting fireballs can hit you right over the head anytime it sees fit. You've got the main sword guy that chases you for eternity, and he's followed closely by his friend who has a candlestick and a sword. So there's a tremendous amount of variety. You have to keep your eyes on everybody at all times and really look out for counter damage.
I hate
and blind
this.
spots.
I hate
this
this.
arena does you no favors, and what Ghost
I'm gonna
I
watch
believe is
Leo
gonna try to
instead.
do here is strategically hit the top health bar and the bottom health bar until it's at a very specific point so that she can control when they transition and how the transition goes, because in the second phase these things gain the ability to summon some gigantic snakes out of the ground, and by doing it this way we can kind of limit the risks with that. And if all goes well, it should be, you know, a pretty smooth transition and a pretty easy, well, I don't want to say easy, pretty quick elimination of the rest. But there are so many variables with the 3 different enemies.
Yeah, so, and kind of to add some detail to that, as Ghost is doing everything in her power to keep this nice and clean, Very transparently, if you ever start a hitless run with Bloodborne, I'm saying this because I care about you and I love you and I want you to just know what you're walking into. This is going to be the one that you'll be stuck on for a hot minute because this is a super hard no-hit fight because you have all 3 of them with their 3 different move sets. They're all going to be acting on their own accord. And the thing is, they all have sneaky tricks up their sleeve that you will almost always not be ready for the first time you see them. So for a strong example, our gentleman who's shooting the 3 fireballs, it looks like that's all he can do. But if you get close enough to him and he's feeling squirrely, he can hit you with that mace. And when you're not ready for that mace to come in and hit you, congratulations, you've lost your run.
Oh yeah,
The
it's
same
quick.
thing kind of, yeah, it's really fast. Like you have to see that tell, which is very, very lightweight, and be ready for it. The same thing applies for the guy who has a sword but can also do fire stuff himself. He'll just come up like he just did and he'll just throw fire at you. And the thing is, if you're not paying attention to where he's oriented, you're not going to be ready for which way you need to dodge. And it's very real that you could dodge right into that fireball.
Oh yeah.
The probably easiest one to read is the guy with the definitely not katana, and there's a whole lore bit behind that.
It's a
but we're not going to
scimitar.
get into it for this. I was like, we're not going to get into it. But the definitely not katana, he is probably the easiest one to deal with because he's very aggressive and wants to come hit you.
Yeah.
But the caveat is that he is also the one that has the most health. So even though he's throwing himself out there, he's the designated tank of the group.
True.
So there's a lot going on with this fight, though.
Once they get the fucking
So
I
it
think
looks
this is
like
a pretty
we're getting-
classic Souls boss. You know, just 3 dudes in a pit.
classic.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've always got it somewhere.
okay. So
Gotta
I
have
see.
that.
So they've set up the health.
Go
The
ahead,
health
go ahead.
is about where Ghost is going to want it, so she's going to go ahead and initiate transition here. A
Huh.
little bit of a stubborn layout here.
Okay, so I guess they want to
So another
separate.
part that's really important about this, I hate to cut
The
you off.
melee-
I didn't mean to
Oh, it's
on
all-
this,
it's
but I
okay.
think we're going down this. I think we're going down the same route. The other thing that's important about this transition is Ghost is going to want the 3 of them as close as possible to ensure that that transition goes smoothly. Because while yes, she could go ahead and initiate it with Fire Bro or Scimitar Bro, it doesn't change the fact that if they're super spread out, it just gives them more opportunity to deploy those snakes and do
Oh,
other
man.
very not nice things.
Ooh.
So it looks like we're going in for it. Again, this is a very, very rough boss. So it's not surprising that something happened there. But the
Yeah,
reason
that
that we
was-
left this guy by himself is because this nerd doesn't know how to dodge.
Nice. Oh well. That was.
This is
fucking-
my favorite part of the fight, by the way.
That was an unfortunate transition, even from the first peninsula attempt with the Candleman in front and not breaking away, and then there.
better than a death,
It's
though,
always a
jeez.
chance that any of the shadows can do any of their attacks before they go ahead and go into the transition.
chat saying
animation.
reset?
Or they could go into it immediately. You kind of never know what it's going to be like. It's just one of those rolling factors.
chat's-
that it's always
chat's very
something a
nice
little
there.
Different.
Yeah, and something that Sophia just pointed out too, all of those enemies have different frames. This is why I said at the very top
Fuck
of
that
this
fight,
fight,
man.
if there is a fight that I
You're
can
on early,
guarantee
uh-huh,
when
yeah.
you're learning any flavor of run that you're gonna lose it to.
No, they're not going to
you're
reset.
gonna
They
lose
have
those
they
guys
have
at least a
hit
handful
counter
of
right
times.
here.
Just because of the fact that it is
I mean, it
so
doesn't mean
much
that they're-
going on. It is so
Oh, wait, hold on one
RNG
second.
heavy.
Oh,
It
am
is
I-
just so much to monitor and keep track of. But overall, it's something that honestly, when you do get the no hits on it, it's like the best feeling in the world. It is the
really
best feeling. 'Cause
is.
it's like, yeah, like once you get those nerds down with a no hit, it's like at that point you do start feeling like you can be just you're not gonna be stopped. You can't be stopped. So the funny thing about the fight that we just did as well, in my opinion, is that after you have that absolute nightmare of a fight, you could go into probably one of my favorite cozy fights in the entire run, because I believe Ghost is gonna probably go for the ROM single cycle.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Rom single
Oh.
cycle.
I just
Classic.
every time you say cozy, I can't handle this.
It is cozy.
JT, I can't handle the cozy. I can't.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I know it's like it's the weirdest thing to call them cozy, but I feel like this is a weird take incoming. I'm just letting you know. When it comes to the Soulsborne games, once you find kind of like your sweet spot of the games, the
Cozy
fear and the like trepidation of it being super challenging starts to just kind of fade out over time. like I started on Dark Souls 3 myself, and then I was like, wow, that wasn't too terribly bad, I don't think. And then I moved over to Bloodborne, and then I did Sekiro, and then I did Elden Ring, and now I'm doing Lies of P. And there just reaches a point where your brain stops parsing it as this is extremely challenging, and it starts parsing it
This is
as,
the only kind of hitless run I would ever do.
It
is a speed run
I'll try to refrain from all of
hitless,
it.
right? Like they're doing everything very quickly. It's optimized. There's a route, and there's not a lot of like they're not very. They're not going out of their way to make sure all of the weapons are like super upgraded and everything like that. But
when you first enter this arena, this is one of I think only two bosses
for me to do something that's like slow and plodding and like
we have to make contact initially.
do this and sit here and fire an arrow and just like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And the only time I have tried hitless, it was Dark Souls 1. And I did exactly that. I did my any percent speed run with the intent of just not taking a hit. And I think we tried like for basically one stream. And the punching for the setup.
Because in phase 1 it has no attacks by itself. What Ghost has
I
done
got as far as Sith.
And is punching it in the face essentially.
I see. Pushing it back into the wall here makes sense.
Does not take much damage, and this allows Ghost to build up the beast meter without causing any actual damage. So at some point when she's satisfied with the amount of the meter, she will switch back to her weapon, go around the side to the soft spots, and really start putting the hurting on Rom. And Ghost has this down to a science where it's a certain amount of damage, and you will see the boss begin to spin to try to teleport away. And the idea will be that Ghost will knock it out of the teleport and cancel that, just like that. And then finish the job. It's a little bit of a race against time, some RNG, and just your own stamina in the game. And there you go. One cycle run.
I got good RNG too.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
slide.
you actually got really nice RNG because you got the slide, and then she kind of took a few steps back. Typically, she likes to slide and then go straight into the next attempt to teleport.
I'm definitely tossing Goes on
Ghost
Ghost to follow.
Yeah,
That was an awesome
show,
run.
You know, showcases.
Oh God!
Sometimes,
Knock.
always. That's my catchphrase for Bloodborne.
Ask to
People
join the
ask,
stream
"Does this work?"
anytime.
Sometimes, not always. You know, like
Oops.
slide, no slide. Teleport early sometimes. Spiders clustering together instead of coming out and being able to separate and kill them quickly. It's just, this is part of the charm. I talked with Ghost about this before. Part of the charm of this game is that it's not consistent. As much of a headache as that could cause, there's something endearing about it. Like, which version am I going to get?
Oh, nice,
I joked
Carson.
that booting this game
This is
up
the first time
RNG.
I'm hearing of Goes on Ghost.
It kind of is. And
So-
it's RNG, not just with the game.
One thing I love
itself.
about the GDQ
Sometimes
events
it's
is
RNG
the
because
introductions to
PS4s are trying
new
their
runners
hardest to
and that
keep
sort
up
of
with
thing.
stuff, 'cause this is still a
There's so many
PS4
people
game.
out there just
So,
investing
like,
so much
I've had
time in
times
being
where I want
amazing
to
at a
play it,
certain
and it's like,
game
oh,
or
well,
series
sometimes
or
we just
whatever.
don't wanna load anymore.
And that's
Guess we're
something to
gonna follow it.
appreciate.
Or other times where just the enemies decide they have a mind of their own. Their AI.
And then there's me.
I have died and lost my run many a times to the two homies at the bottom of the stage.
Will you be talking to the commentators, or will they only watch you play like how they are now? It's just going to be me. I don't have a commentator. Jiggy, who's the host of this event, will be there. He's throwing in some words occasionally. He'll probably ask some questions and stuff or whatever. But for the most part, I'm just going to be commentating my own run.
Make it through, but with some knowledge and a set path, this can be very consistent. But this area always stresses me out. There's a lot of particular things Ghost is doing here in regards to stamina management and direct pathing to either prevent enemies from activating or causing them to activate later. She had to make a
Ramus,
drop
how's it
down in
going?
here into this jail cell to pick up a magic key to open a place on the other side of the map and later in the game. And there's a lot going on here, but she's got it down to a science.
I'm probably not going to have
Blue
chat
Elixir will be
open
coming
while
up
I
here
play because it'll probably
the next
distract me.
approach is going to be running past.
I'm
quite a
doing
bit
my
of
Dark
enemies
Souls
at a
1
very specific path.
randomizer speed run, glitchless, maybe after this run.
And even with the laser beam, all the trash beforehand has a chance to really just ruin your entire day.
Oh, yeah.
There was a gentleman you might have saw that was right in the walkway that Ghost rolled past. Sometimes he doesn't position correctly. He decides he doesn't want to move. He wants to swing.
would never
So
distract
there's just, again, the first half of this, especially for this run, there are just so many things that absolutely want to see.
Like, is the
you
weapon
die.
upgraded at
Another
all
fun
yet?
fact is in this particular area where
I
we
might have
just
missed
came
it,
in
but-
to get these bloodstone shards. Sometimes the ladies with torches will decide they want to come in and say, hey, what's up? And just keep following you. They just...
Oh man, Zero, please share your story with these women.
Oh, I had a series of run attempts during 1 week where the witches, they're left over or also found in the Witches of Hemwick, Hemwick Charnel Lane area. I would run through the laser stairs as I was taught, from Ghost and a lot of experience. And I just had the witches following me regularly, and I couldn't understand it. One day, the one Ghost is talking about, chased me all the way down to the lamp. I lit the lamp and started running away. It chased me to the point where Ghost just plunged down onto the enemy with the rifle. And then I thought I'd lost it. When I jumped down past the dogs to continue the path, it was down there taking swings at me. I'm pretty sure it was a Terminator. I've never seen it go half as far ever in my life, and I've never seen it happen again.
I love this
Well,
story.
that's tight.
Hang on. I want you to finish, but we need to talk bad
that's
about
the end.
Paarl.
I wrapped it up quickly.
Oh, sweet. So everyone hates Paarl. He's annoying. He smells bad. He's made of a bunch of bones. But the best part about Paarl and Hitless is that he's also just an absolute loser because
Wow.
you break his joints a bunch. You just keep him
Yeah.
from doing anything. It's
Yeah.
great. Absolutely wonderful.
That's one of a few fights in the game. Him, Darkbeast, Paarl, One Reborn, I think, even Amelia. Utilizing the limb break strategy where you break one leg and while it's staggered, you go to the next, essentially. That makes that fight fairly straightforward. But if that fight gets away from you or you don't know those strategies, those are completely different fights. They are quite tough.
And yeah, kind of to the point that you're making and some people in chat are making too. Paarl and One Reborn and a couple of the people you said, those are the few fights in this run that are fairly consistent. Like Rom can get a little squirrely sometimes, and if you have to go to phase 2
Nice,
or 3,
Cadus.
it gets a little weird. And even Amelia, sometimes if you don't hit quite right,
Yeah.
while she's consistent, if you hit the wrong section, you have now completely shattered the entire strategy. And it sucks trying to figure out where you shattered it because those limb breaks are all very much important and need to be activated in that certain order. But yeah,
Paarl
Paarl
gets
literally,
away from you. He's nasty.
yeah, like Paarl is a gross fight, and especially once he gets like the lightning stuff going. By the way,
A
jump
lot of
scare.
chunks. Those are good pickup spots.
That's my favorite jump scare of the entire run. It's just dude comes out, and you're like, that's cool. You just kind of reach in his butt a little bit, grab what you need, and keep running. Followed second by the guy whose face we get to run through. Yep, there it is.
Forgot blue elixir
Rom
was a
being
thing.
mortar
yeah.
cannon is not a good time.
The only time I use a blue elixir is DLC when running past all of the the patients with their damn smashy things. I don't like running past those enemies, so I just stealth past them. Oh, Leo, smile for the camera.
We didn't talk about fire paper and bolt paper importance at any point.
Good boy, good
believe
boy.
so.
What a cute boy. Hey, he's living his best life. He's got his personal space heater. It's,
At the beginning, we talked to an
I do, I
NPC
use it 'cause I have no
his name 'cause I think
patience.
he's a loser,
Alfred.
that's
and he
Leo.
gives you
Look at
3
all the Leo
fire
emotes.
papers. And
Swanky
those
Man,
3
thank you
fire
for the
papers
6
will
months, by
make
the
or
way.
break your run. Because you get those 3, and those are the only 3 you're gonna get. So by the time you get the Shadows of Yharnam, you get 1 fire paper, and you have your Beast Blood pellets. Once you have ran out of fire paper, if you haven't cleared Shadows or you wind up dying, it's honestly better if you just start. Because those fire papers make
You
a
just
huge
what?
difference, but you only get 3. For the rest of the run, we're going to be doing bolt paper, and since we're doing all bosses, we're going to take advantage of our insight to buy some later on. By the way, we didn't
no.
even talk about that, using insight
Ghost
to
is
buy
going
cookies.
reverse
But
from
yeah,
how
we're
I
using
do it.
insight to buy cookies.
That's what you call them, cookies.
I call them cookies. Everything is cookies to me.
Leo,
like it.
my God.
This boss here, it's the One Reborn. It's a big, nasty monster.
being too
Lore-wise,
cute.
it was created. And I won't get into too much of that, but the strategy here is to go around top and kill these Bell Maidens, and you can't really linger
So
here.
cute.
If something goes wrong up here, it can make what happens at the end
Oh, 1 second.
a big headache. So Ghost is cooking here, managing stamina, and I assume keeping an eye on the boss and taking care of these Bell Maidens quickly and efficiently. And just like Paarl and somewhat like Amelia, the limb break strategy is going to be utilized here to keep this boss grounded and really from doing anything. At that point, it's just going to be stamina management and
Iron Baby Fist, thanks for
positioning.
13
And
months.
you'll see
Welcome back.
exactly here.
10
We'll go outside
years.
and we're looking for that big leg to lift up, just like that. So Ghost will hit the front, whatever you call this, and this thing will collapse and remain idle. And then it's going to be leg, leg, back, other leg, and this is the fight here. You know, if you get that opening with the actual boss, you pretty much know the fight's over for yourself.
I don't know. I think Zero, you should go back and talk lore. You started talking lore.
Well, okay. Well, before Zero gets into it, I'll give you this like kind of buffer. My split for this is quite literally called a mess of people.
Yeah, it's a gnarly looking boss. I'm not the most knowledgeable on lore. Now that I do challenge runs, I had to swear an oath to not care about lore.
I know, but
That's a joke, by the way.
don't distract Leo again.
But from what I recall, when I was super nerding out over it, the School of Mensis tried to recreate a great one, and that's what the product of that. So pretty much, the School of Mensis is to blame.
I tried to coax Nova over, and I went like this, and she just stared at me and fucking left.
Ghost is actually
Yeah,
doing
like,
other stuff. Go ahead.
You know that enemy with that carry like the bags over their shoulders? Like
I'm gonna pee,
they're
I'll
the
be right back.
ones that are kidnapping people for that
Nova
ritual.
has gotten on the computer once,
Oh, the
these
backstab.
and actually
Snatchers,
not too long ago
yeah.
either.
Yeah.
See,
But
I
yeah,
didn't
she doesn't
know
get up
that.
there very much.
And I think kind of to that same point that you're talking about, when we say all of the horrors, you can quite literally kind of attach it to all the horrors. Like right now, we're looking at all the students in the academy, and it's like, yeah, this is what happens when a couple of weird dudes decide that they can play God. That's par for the course. All the students become liquefied goo. There's a mass of people that are all bones and icky stuff trying to kill you. The vicar, you know, starts off as a woman. Just kidding. It's a giant dog, I guess. There's a lot of decisions that were made that could have all been reversed if someone simply would have stepped in and said, but what if we didn't do this?
How about
What
no?
if we did? A big how about no moment. We could get immortality, or hear me out, we could be normal. We could be normal. And that was a failing IQ check. So this is why we are here in Bloodborne, killing little bodies of people that have crystals and stuff, and throwing blood cocktails, because the other part about all that is the School of Mensis, Bergenworth, all of those people are doing their nonsense, and then someone had the brilliant idea of, oh, we can
Where'd he
just get
go?
hunters to hunt down this stuff, right? Incorrect, wrong, just made the problem actually worse. And
Yeah.
that's why we have people like Father Gascoigne, whose backstory is he was a hunter for the church.
ran after me.
And he was a good guy until, you know, he kind of lost his marbles and then decided
maybe
to
Nova
slaughter
will join
his
us
wife
now.
and not tell his child. And then you caught him in the middle of transforming. It's super cool and really awesome how everyone was really taken care of in this. Don't go into lore dives. You will never come out the same, I promise.
So much speculation.
Everyone- I was just saying, everyone definitely felt completely seen in this game.
And calling them out.
I missed it.
Oh,
Whatever.
ooh, not the Yharnam Ethics Committee. Hold on, stop.
Yeah.
I actually want that as a shirt.
Oh, that would be great.
I actually have a crew neck sweater that is a crest for Bergenworth that says Bergenworth Academics.
Nice.
And I wear it every time I play Bloodborne.
I always
Look how
wanted
many
a shirt
times they're
that said
getting hit.
Mensis
Look at
crop
this.
out.
3, 5, 6. Just kidding.
I'm going to find
So what
that.
Ghost is doing here is running through and throwing cocktails.
Yeah, this is the run right
Actually
before
getting
us.
Attacked by an unseen force here, which is actually the brain of Mensis. It's a big ooey gooey thing that we will take care of later. But this is pathing and stamina management. We're trying to zoom through here and get past these things that throw
Oh,
rocks.
Leo's coming back.
And get into the door. And I don't know if Ghost, well, you'll even see it because Ghost is moving so quick. But this is, for me, one of the creepiest rooms in the game because it's full of hanging spiders.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of spiders.
I just
Which
want to
is
point
a good
out
way.
something very scary is coming up. I am going to
Is
do a
it the-
strat. I'm doing a strat that it's ill-advised unless you want to do speed.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've been copying that too. Yeah, so first order of business, we got to get past. This guy's name is Edgar. That's not a joke. It's a very specific controller movement. You'll see here, like, whoop, little S pattern, kind of in reverse. So we can keep moving. Because anytime you encounter a hunter like yourself in this game, it's going to be quite tough. Tougher than some bosses, I will argue. And the pathing here...
Edgar.
It's going to take Ghost behind this mirror to pick up 2 more blue elixirs. We're still not able to buy any at this point, so this is all we get. And you should use one here, but as you can see, Ghost has decided to YOLO. This is going to be another specific movement to survive a possible attack from this enemy who can do multiple. So you have to read it quick. There you go. No elixir needed.
So something else I wanted to point out about DS3 versus Bloodborne,
Lobos
and
run
Ghost, I
clock
believe you're
check.
the one that actually got me hip to this. I was doing 80%
screen.
hitless practicing. Ghost was, of course, hanging out because Ghost is my mentor in these. And
There's roughly
I had
probably
made the
about
comment about how,
50
wow, it
minutes or
really
so
sucks
left
that
in
I
this
can't
run,
find
and then it's our
the
run.
perfect timing to dodge damage on falls. And in Bloodborne, fun fact, that's random.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can. Other
I
times you
actually
can't.
spent an hour like testing stuff to see if like maybe there was a trick to it. Nope. It's random. It's
What?
completely
Avoid
random.
damage on falls?
No.
Yeah, you
Dark
drop-
Souls 3, you can time it right. Dodge that damage, dodge gravity. Let's go. This, no.
So this is
Swedish.
Micolash, the host of the Nightmare. This is the head of the School of Mensis, and he's got these puppets scattered throughout, and he can run around quite a bit. It looks like he went the quick way today, which is beneficial for time. This is just phase 1. The whole gimmick of this fight is you chase this guy around in circles, and you run into his marionette friends who are a little tricky to deal with, and then without knowledge, you could very well chase him around for 10 minutes, but you can see he has some magic tricks.
I didn't realize
This
you
is
could
not
pull him
a
out of
boss
there.
that uses a typical weapon. Uses that. That's called the auger of Ebrietus.
Nicholas Cage.
That was a very quick phase 1. So now Ghost's going to run upstairs, and it's kind of the same thing.
Oh, well, no,
Micolash-
Ghost is going to go downstairs first.
Oh, for the chunks. Yeah, I was talking in terms of the boss fight. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're perfectly fine. I just wanted to make sure so people won't, like, wait.
Yeah, up and
Okay.
down. Yeah, no. So yeah, a little quick trip down the stairs for some more upgrade material. But
Hanta
the
is a
second
Hanta.
phase of the fight, which I was referring to, takes place on the upper levels, and it's kind of the same gimmick, you know, chasing Micolash around. If you don't know where he goes or how to steer him, you could find yourself running around quite a bit, and the fight won't commence until he's in his designated boss room, unless you know the things that goes on Ghost knows and has taught so many of this. That's double Swedish, am I right, Ghost?
Yep, very rare.
Jump plunge,
That
right?
is a
Or
boon on speedruns.
Yeah. This is going to be a lineup thing. Ghost is actually going to
Plunge,
plunge and
yeah.
flatten this nerd and block him from moving into the
Oh,
final boss
wonderful,
room.
too.
You see?
That was nice and early. That was nice and healthy.
I thought they changed it.
So something important about
Uh-oh.
what's happening
Oh, okay, no, he
here
doesn't attack
is
there, yeah.
as he's running away, you get 3 hits before he realizes, okay, you want to box in the room. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's perfectly fine.
Oof. Skeleton after
that-
effect.
Yeah.
I knew that
suck.
strat and
Always
I'd
kill
done it
skeletons.
before,
learned
but
that the
then
hard
I
way.
remember Micolash just blasting
Something
me in
else,
the
I wanna
face,
give a
and I was
shout
like,
out
what?
to- I forget who it was, but the person who taught us the plunging trick, where you can actually line up and fall down there to plunge and get him, because it makes that fight that much smoother, especially if you have your setup done correctly, your levels are nice and cozy, you have your paper, you have your palette, you get those 3 free hits, and as you saw, Ghost can just kind of do a couple of charge R2s, and then he's out of there. We also got very lucky because we didn't get to see Miko melee.
Yeah. He pretty much never made it to his final destination, and that's what we hope. That was really good RNG.
Guess
And,
what he fucking did.
Yeah, it
Sort of
was,
plunge.
baby.
You know, I miss that as much as I make that, so that's not one of my go-tos. But I do have it in my back pocket. I love to see it done correctly. It's always a nice little thing to see.
If you get Swedish, it's easier to land because he's farther away from the mirror.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Nice. I don't see Swedish that often.
Swedish.
It's
Oh, that explains why when you hit him, he was flattened so far away. That makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Because yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That makes
okay.
Oh, that's wonderful. Love that.
Ghost, will you be getting the Blood Rock before Nurse?
yes, I will.
Okay, so we're at the final boss of what is considered the any percent, and we're actually up 1 because Darkbeast Paarl has already been defeated. That's not part of any percent. That is an optional boss. So we got that one out of the way. The final one will be Mergo's
Swedish
Wet
luck.
Nurse, and before Ghost goes ahead and takes care of that boss, there's a little side adventure we're going to go on. It involves getting in a broken elevator, jumping out of a broken elevator, through a broken window, and running past some of the scarier enemies that can be found in Bloodborne that can kill you very quickly and from long range. They do a status effect called Frenzy.
piggy's
It's
been
line of
farmed by
sight.
you so
If they
much.
see you, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Some
And
big
you'll see
pig
it here. This is
fisting,
the
right?
broken elevator. The door doesn't close.
I mean, all bosses,
Sure,
I
Ghost
presume,
will tilt
includes the
camera. Well, no, she
DLC.
uses a
Yep.
different visual cue, but there's a broken
The fact that
window
they're
here that you can make it through
50 minutes
if you time the
in
jump
and at the
right.
final
If
boss
you
of the
don't,
any
that's
percent.
it for you. And then up here is going to see the Winter Lanterns. And a very interesting thing about these, if you notice close, if you're not running for your life or dying or panicking,
You're gonna
they are
parry and
actually
repulse.
wearing the same
Oh,
outfit
never mind.
as the doll that stands in the dream.
Leo.
I never noticed that. I
Yeah,
have to
they're
look at
wearing
it
the
now.
doll clothes. Look.
I think this is
Oh,
a
I hate
very-
it here.
Ah,
Their
he
head
left.
is also covered in messengers.
He left.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're some of my favorite enemies, but gosh, are they scary.
Yeah,
And they
the
sit
Winter
that-
Lanterns are not a joke.
I consider that a very important section that you need to get your don't get motion gestures like skill down, because if you get a motion gesture there, you are not getting out.
Yeah, because
that-
the thing about the Winter Lanterns isn't just the frenzy that procs on sight. They are still trying to box you as well. So if they want to come up
Box
and give you a
you,
warm,
yeah.
fuzzy hug, yeah, you can wrap that up.
If they get a hold of you, you are dead. You will survive the hug and the whatever they're doing while they're hugging you, just long enough to think you made it until you drop dead of the frenzy status effect.
Pop.
And that's it. So that's all the mission there. Through nice and clean and safe. Picked up a very important upgrade gem, which I think might be the
Next
best gem
time,
in the
Soy.
base game.
Next time.
Or in the entire game, really. That's not chalices. That drop.
It's actually it's the same one as in Yargul. They're both 18% up.
Oh, but one's the droplet that goes in any slot.
Oh, then yeah, that one's probably the best.
Well, I was looking for clarification. That's the difference. The droplet can go anywhere, but the bonus is the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I stand corrected. That makes sense. And then also we got the Blood Rock. That's what allows us to maximum upgrade our weapon.
Plus
we can't
10.
get a weapon upgrade any higher than this. There's only one found in the base game. There's only one in the DLC. And on an all-boss speed run, we don't go near the one in the DLC. So we got that. Our weapon should be as strong as it's going to be for the rest of the run.
So now at this point, we're going to be double backing a little bit, and we're going to go back up that same little walkway that has all those people that we hate. And we're
It's
gonna
a
go
solo
hang out
commentary
with
for my run,
Mergo's
but
Wet
Jiggy
Nurse.
will be
And Mergo's
there
Wet Nurse, I think, is probably
if there's any
another
dead
one of
air
my
and wants to
favorite
ask
fights,
questions
because
or whatever.
Once you learn how to actually control her, which I'll explain a little bit here in a second, it becomes a fight that's just very satisfying. So when I
True.
say control her, Mergo's Wet Nurse has a couple of moves that we definitely want to see. One of which I call the spin cycle. Is where she kind of spins and she slashes up when she's done. And the other one is going to be her dive forward, where she just kind of slashes everything forward. If we can get mostly those types of attacks, we are in great shape.
Yeah,
Things
because
that we
alternative
don't-
to what... Yeah, I think you're going there. Never mind. I'll let you go.
Yeah, because alternative to that, we have things that we don't want to see, one of which is called the slap chop. That's not the slap chop, that's just a slap down. That's perfectly fine, we take those.
There's slap
We'll
chop.
also tolerate,
That's the slap
yeah,
chop.
the slap chop is the worst thing because
The Mr.
quite
One.
literally, she's just wildly swinging. And the hitboxes on the slap chop are disastrous on their best day. You may
stagger.
think you're out of the
Oh, wait.
way, I can
Teleport.
reassure you, you are not. Whenever she disappears, Ghost is going to go
Charge,
to the
yep.
edge to kind of make sure she always has her sights on her. There's that dive forward that I was talking about. You see Ghost doesn't even dodge out of it. It's just there hanging out. Now, while she's doing this, she may also decide she wants to go into a nightmare phase, so to speak. We don't want that either because it is dodgeable, but if you don't dodge it, you're in for a bad,
Vince with
bad
slap chop.
time, an
Yeah.
extremely bad
The
time.
arena gets very dark
Nice.
and another version of her shows up. It's essentially two. So no Nightmare Phase attempts there. That was a very quick fight.
Yeah, it
GG, and
was.
that's any percent plus Darkbeast Paarl.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say, we've done any percent for the day. Congratulations, team.
Congratulations, team.
Heck yeah.
Congratulations,
All
team.
right. Would this be a good time to take a quick break?
Yeah, we can wait until Mergo stops crying and dying, and
break?
we can go to the dream.
Yeah, there's a delay
I
after
like-
you kill this boss before the lamp appears and we're able to leave. If you quit out or anything.
People think
then,
FromSoft
you have to
games
fight
are
the
hard.
boss again as
I think
well,
FromSoft
outside of
games
the
are hard.
Abyss rules for speedruns. You kind of have to wait for that. Am I right?
Wait, repeat that?
Alrighty. Alrighty. So we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Break?
We'll be right back with the second half of this incredible Bloodborne hitless run. We'll be
No,
right
I
back.
don't start in
go anywhere.
17 minutes. I start after this run. Probably about 50 minutes.
Oh, Ghost, I was...
Oh. Da-da-da-dum. I didn't realize there were going to be breaks. If I don't get a break, we run. Mine's technically a longer estimate run, so maybe I have 2 breaks. What's the legal? You need 30 minutes of break for every 4 hours that you work, something like that. For employment, something like that. I think it's a GDQ thing. They take breaks like every hour or something. Interesting. Pokemon Crystal versus Kingdom Hearts 2? What? Seaman! He loves me %. I've never actually watched Seaman, so. Do a barrel roll! Break is 1 hour long. I don't... No, there you go. It's 5 minutes. 4 hour break, yeah. So I can run ads without having people miss the stuff? Dude, Waterworld? Wait, which console? Is it on Virtual Boy? That game is horrendous on Virtual Boy. See, tomorrow, Liza P. Elden Ring, 80% glitchless plus DLC. What was it? What are the stats? Command is still a thing. I mean, on my page? You have to whisper Lobot to see it. Aren't most games on Virtual Boy horrendous? I remember liking Mario Tennis. There's only like 15 games on Virtual Boy. How many games? 22 games. That Wario game on Virtual Boy was pretty good. Yeah, was it? Why is this zoomed in so much? 3D Tetris, didn't play it. Galactic Pinball, didn't play it. Golf, I think I played that on display at a Blockbuster. Innsmouth no Yakata. No. First person horror? The only horror game on the virtual... Unreleased! And they didn't even release it. Oh. Jack Bros. I don't know what that is. Mario Clash. I might have played a little bit of that. Also at Blockbuster. Mario Sinus. I played that. Nestor's Funky Bowling. Unreleased. Panic Bomber. Bomberman. Red Alarm. Ooh, I actually might have played that. Look at that, baby. The player engages enemy shield and speed meters appear in the bottom corners of the screen. Red Alarm uses a red and black color scheme standard to the virtual board. Well, yeah, no shit. There's no other option, was there? What's the Wario game? Virtual Boy Wario Land. Nice. There you go. Waterworld on the Virtual Boy. Let's look up some footage. Where's that guy's face? Actually, this music is kind of fucking amazing. He's shooting people on jet skis? Maybe this isn't as bad as I remembered. Is there more to it? There's probably bosses. All right, so you shoot. Oh. You just like arbitrarily hit a point value and then it zooms out and goes, ta-da! Here's your score. Total round bonus. Like, I never actually saw the movie Waterworld, so I don't even know. More jet skis? Is there a boss ever? There's got to be a boss, right? You survived. Enola Multiplier. This is an hour long. Let's see what he's doing 50 minutes into the game. Okay. See what kills him. Oh, they got full-on boats now. Where's his health? You die in one hit? Oh, he just collided with a boat. It's good music. Title screen music in full. Sorry, we started talking about Waterworld and you don't want to start that discussion. Anyways, back to this.
At Oops, You Died weekend, I have just a quick announcement here just for all of you all. If you like GDQ and you like the speed run, well, guess what? Are you a professional? Are you looking for, I don't know, something called a job? Yeah, something like that, a job? Well, guess what? GDQ, we're actually looking for some new showrunners in 2024. If you want to join me and our incredible crew of creators that create some incredible shows here on the GDQ
I can
channel,
pause, play,
you can
stream,
actually
but
go
I want a
check
job.
that out at gamesdonequick.com/jobs.
Nice.
Runners to start with season 4, and we're also looking for a brand new hotfix manager. So
Oh,
if
it
you
fixed
wanna
the sync
be my
issue. I
boss,
see.
Yeah, you can do that. You can apply. So definitely check it out.
Well,
Right
Virtual
now.
Boy
All
was
right,
only
let's
red
get
and black,
back
so that's why
to Bloodborne. Ghost, you ready?
Waterworld ended up that way.
Oh, yeah.
Probably also easier to
All
see
right,
than
whenever you're ready,
blue,
take it away.
depending on the shade of blue, of course.
All right.
Good hunter. Very
We are now post any percent. We're going most likely. Ghost, you're going to do the DLC after Garmoon, or are you going to do it early?
I'm gonna do it after Logarius.
Oh, so you'll save Garmoon for
Garmoon.
last.
Garmoon.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know, the best boss ever for last.
One of us here disagrees. I won't name names.
So the funny
They're-
thing about that, go ahead, Ghost.
I thought, like, honestly, Moon Presence is fine. It's Garamon where the feelings are fraught on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Zero, one of the things that Ghost will attest for my runs is that I make it a mandatory requirement in my specific runs. Anytime I go back to the Hunter's Dream, I have to kill Garamon.
Oh yeah.
Anytime. Mandatory. It doesn't matter if it doesn't do anything, he has to die.
I've done
I
that
hate
for
that, man.
years as well until I had this sudden cold sweat moment. Maybe that's why I have struggled historically with Garamon for so long, because he remembers every single time I have smacked him.
Hope I get PB for this coming run.
Nah, he disappears each time. He's just a dweeb. You can just say he's a dweeb. It's fine. It's fine.
He is, but he is a terrifying one.
Crimson Flame, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. Garamon has a good OST, but best OST award goes to that dude, Ludwig. Which we will see today.
Garamon's is great.
It's good. It's very good.
What we're doing now,
It's
post
solid.
any percent, what was post any percent. There's a little bit of setup involved. This section here, you have to go back to the Forbidden Woods and take this path.
Kinda not comparable, honestly.
Ladder in Bloodborne.
But if I think about my favorite OST,
to access
Garamon's theme
Isepka's
is the
clinic.
first one
If
that
you don't know
pops
what
in my
that is,
head.
That's where we woke up at the very start of the game. We can't access it from that side.
Thanks,
we have
Graf,
to take this path.
for the
We go to
71
that
months.
clinic for two
Lawrence is
reasons.
amazing, though, yeah.
We get another one of those umbilical cords. We get to
Lawrence
collect
is a
3,
hidden
as PT
gem
touched on earlier,
that
in
we
order to
make
fight the
sure-
super final secret boss.
We always make
Reason
sure
we come
to
back here is to get a little bit of
elaborate
party
on the
invitation
Lawrence
today,
theme
'cause
in
they
this
came to
stream.
this castle to fight Logarius. So, it's usually about this
Anyways.
time in the run. You could come back here anytime after Rom is dead and get both of those things, but it's just, I think for the sake of the flow, it's generally pushed to the end of any percent.
Leo is distant. He's
You're gonna
waiting
see
for
if you
his
come
dinner
here,
now.
You can come here as soon as you have access to the Forbidden Woods, but if you come here before Rom is dead, I believe, there's a hunter here who will most likely murder you. Best case scenario, you defeat her, you don't get the items she drops. Something about Rom dying progresses the game far enough along, where if you come here, not only is she idle,
You see him over there?
she drops one of those umbilical cords that we need. So this is
Leo.
the best course of action to
That's
do it
him
this
over.
way, in my opinion, of course.
Oops.
She is very much going through it.
Right there.
Oh, she's
Oh, you
going
can't
through it
see it.
TM
You can't
real
see it.
bad.
Yeah.
Real
Oh.
bad.
This here will be the
He's
Caner
chilling.
summons. It's just an envelope to pick up. It gives us access to get to a special area.
I have a messy
called
room, don't worry about
Caner's,
it.
Which is a beautiful area. You will see it a little later. And then we're going to go see this lady.
He's stressed by the run.
Her compromising position, and she'll just die in one single hit.
Yeah, she'll give us
If there's nothing else to describe the condition of my stream room, there is like 1 or 2 corners of this room that do not change between the month of May. Like they remain the same. It's like implements and things that I use during St. Jude month that just stay there. And so that's the state of this room.
Because, spoilers incoming, that is not the real Eosefka anymore. This is the Eosefka who wants to give birth to the next, for lack of better phrasing, god. And so she
Could be worse.
will
Could always be
say
worse.
manipulates the first Eosefka. We didn't see what she was manipulated into, but she deserves better, so we didn't go visit her.
We strongly
And-
assumed that it was that
just
emissary
realized-
in next to the table with the summons.
I just realized I
case
didn't really have
Eosefka
lunch. I
because
had a
she
breakfast
has,
sandwich.
her vial.
But I probably need
Yes. And so, as a result,
Probably need to
the
eat
fake Eosefka
before my run.
will actually try to get you to do other stuff that is not
I'll be right back.
great, but then again,
gonna figure
a lot
out
of the
something.
stuff you
Be
have
right
to
back.
do in this game is not great, so take that how you will. And
Hmm.
then when you see her, she is now in the process of trying to actually give birth to the next god, and she is actually going through it because she realizes that she is not built for this at all, actually. And if you actually look at her body when she's there, she's not just in a compromising position. At the risk of sounding a little bit kind of squirmy, just an incoming description that's going to be very weird, she's also in that position and twitching because she can't actually control herself anymore. So
I am personally of the opinion that she is not pregnant.
I don't think she's pregnant either.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was very much a you tried birthday cake type of ordeal. Like, I want to give her the cake, but then I remember she's a bad person, so I throw the cake away.
Ghost, would you
She's
be
one of those
grabbing
people
the
where it's
claw mark
like,
room?
I am gonna skip it.
Oh, okay.
On my normal runs, I actually don't get runes. Like I don't even get the tool.
Okay, I won't even explain them then.
Yeah. But we should explain this cleric beast. So, at the beginning of this conversation, I said if you're doing any percent, love yourself and go to Bloodstarved Beast. The reason I said that is because the alternative is coming to Cleric Beast. And early in the game, fighting the Cleric Beast is pretty terrible because you'll see that he looks exactly like someone we fought earlier, which is Vicar Amelia. And so the same rules unfortunately don't apply. You can't just break limbs and kind of stun lock him to death. He will actually fix himself much faster and he hits like a truck. But that's why it's great to do him at this point because you're severely overpowered for him. So it's like, what Cleric Beast? Here's 4 hits, nerd. Bye.
Yeah, technically that can be the first boss in the game, but yeah, you're right. Low-level stuff. Cleric Beast is a formidable foe, to say at least, but coming back with a +10 weapon and an upgraded character, bye.
Yeah. I also appreciate everyone in chat calling Cleric Beast the Wish Lawrence.
Yes,
I
that
am
is
taking
funny.
that to my grave. That is my new split name. Actually.
I don't. I have to say, I think it's more Wish Cleric Beast.
Oh,
no.
Lawrence is the copy. Hey, that makes sense, actually. That tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Sensational. Good job, chat. We've changed up the splits and we've absolutely just derailed any seriousness in the run. Speaking of the run, however, now we're going to do a little bit more housekeeping. We're going to do some running around. We have to go to some new areas because, as Zero mentioned earlier, we are at the point in the game where, for the base game at least, we have, in terms of actual progression, only 2 bosses left, so everyone else is optional. These are entire locations you don't have to go to. These are entire areas you don't have to explore. But if you want the real, true, and just unfiltered Bloodborne experience, I highly recommend that you come to some of these areas. Go to Canehurst Castle, go to Bergenworth, go to all the places. It's really, really cool. The atmosphere is really dope. You get to see a lot of interesting things happening. You get a lot of lore, or you can just get a lot of weird things that you don't want the lore to because you're terrified. If you're going to play Bloodborne, do yourself the solid and try to go to everything you feasibly can.
Very hard skip coming up.
Yeah, this
Very
is a neat
hard
little
skip.
trick. But normally we'll do it with a threaded cane. Ghost is doing the alternative version of it, which I have never got to work once. But the idea here is to hit that enemy through the door with whatever weapon you've got. And you'll see a magical teleportation happen once the enemy died. That skip is allowed on no-hit runs. It's called the Orphanage Key Skip. And it allows us to get through this area a little speedy and a heck of a lot safer, because the alternative is to run around here in the dark. You'll see what's going on up here. Wolves falling off chandeliers like they're listening to Sia. Got brain suckers everywhere. And, you know, there's a very important item that Ghost is going to grab right now. It's called the Cosmic Eye Watcher Badge. That's just picked up. And that item is what allows us to buy more beast pellets and blue elixirs, which we will need for this run, and only using insight. As you mentioned earlier, PT, the insight currency. There's two different forms of currencies in Bloodborne. There's money, we call blood echoes, and there's insight. That's the little eyeball on the upper right. So you can make purchases with either one. Some of the stores have overlapping items, and some of them have unique, can only be bought with one. And blue elixirs and beast pellets can only be bought with insight, and only once you have that badge. So that's a critical point in an all boss run there.
Something else to add to that as well that we haven't touched on. As you've been watching through the run, you might have seen Ghost pick up some items, not just the 1/3 umbilical cords, but a few things called Madmen's, I forget the actual second half of the name, but I just know it's a Madmen's item. Madmen's knowledge. And those are the only ways beyond seeing things that, for all intents and purposes, are absolutely terrible, that you can get insight. So you get insight from those. The 1/3 umbilical cord, there's different tiers of the Madmen's knowledge, and then you also get insight every time you first time see a boss, because you have to think of it from the idea of, hey, I walked into a room and there was a bunch of weird kids with really gooey heads. That's horrifying. So here's your 2 insight, aka psychic damage, for that discovery. And
much.
like that's like a lot of the insight is really just psychic damage if we're being brutally honest about it. And so
It's that case in the game too. Like if you have a lot of insight, your frenzy bar is smaller and you're more likely to get frenzied.
Yeah.
So just some fun little caveats to that. So insight's very important, not just for the purchasing aspect, but because it'll also change how some things are handled. And it is, for all intents and purposes, a lot more finite than echoes are. Also a fun fact, if your insight is high enough, you'll see that some enemies might undergo some slight changes. We won't go into what, but if you're paying attention, things will be weird. Speaking of weird, the daughter of, what is this, Abretrius? I always call her Ebby.
This is what my friend Soulslayer calls the best dragon in all of Soulsborne.
God.
But that is a very tough fight. Ghost did something extremely precise as far as timing and damage specifics. Knocked some damage down on one of the limbs, so the second that boss was actually awake and fighting, it was stun locked. And that was a beautiful display of your skill there, Ghost, because that's one of those bosses that gets away from you and starts charging. It's hard, and if it goes into second phase, that is
it
Nightmare
gets real
City.
bad. Yeah, so now we're gonna take, it looks like a magical school trip.
Yeah, we're entering the DLC, but we're not doing it right now.
Good
So
timing.
something else for people who might be interested in no-hit runs, if you're ever curious about it, some things that are kind of like a little bit of a mulligan for your run. If you're running through things like the poison swamp, like Ghost did earlier, and you get poison, the poison damage will not actually count as a hit if it's a place that you cannot avoid it. So if it's like the classic Miyazaki giant swamp where you're guaranteed gonna get poisoned, you're not gonna get docked for that.
Shit.
Another situation is what we just witnessed, which is getting picked up to get taken to the DLC, which will incur frenzy damage and then give you a lot of damage. That's also not counted
My
as a
favorite
hit
boss.
because
Enjoy it,
that is
Jin.
absolutely
Enjoy it.
unavoidable. the only way you're going to get to the DLZ is to be crushed like a raisin in order to get to the DLC. And the same thing applies for when you're traveling elsewhere in other cases. Now, if Ghost, if you want to correct me on this,
a lot of blue
I don't
elixirs.
think that applies to when you're
Sounds
body
good, Dad's
snatching.
next
That's why
eye.
we don't bother with the body snatchers. Those will have to actually like beat you up, and so those count.
I've got a left.
If you're talking about,
left
you know, when you
aligned
die to one
French
and
bread
get sent
pizza.
to Hypogean jail, that does count as a hit, unless you're doing
That's what I
a
thought.
very specific run, like a to nitrous run, where you ideally want to get the weapon as early as possible.
Okay, so there even still is like caveats to that.
None
I wanted to
pizza
just make
left,
sure and
French
put
bread.
that out there in case anyone was wondering, hey, why doesn't that count as a hit? Well, in a lot of these cases,
This
it's
is a gamer
completely
meal right here.
undodgeable. Like, there's
Oh,
no
yeah, Red
way
Baron.
to avoid the frenzy. There's
Yeah,
no way to
environmental
avoid.
stuff, you know, poison water, running into something that's on fire.
Will the GDQ YouTube channel be uploading your run separately? Just wondering for the YouTube watchers who might not switch over to Twitch for the live version of the run. I have no idea, I'll be honest. Do they do that? Do they upload most of their things? I don't know. I'm not sure. Have you never thought to make pizza with bread? Pizza is made with bread. Every pizza is made with bread. Just a different type of bread. We'll see.
I imagine it could work with, like, you know, the little church servants, but they're gone at that point.
Graven Images said they did say that the VODs will be on the GDQ website as well as their YouTube channel. There you go.
Get grabbed, and that counts.
That's
Poor Adela.
hilarious. Oh, not Adela, though. We love her. Wait a minute.
So whatever awful RNG thing that happens is going to be immortalized on the GDQ channel for the rest of time. Should be exciting, right?
We are allowed to manage this as we see fit and allow ourselves to be poisoned and keep on keeping on. Amygdala is going to be the boss at the end of this area that is appropriately named the Nightmare Frontier. There's a lot of stuff in this area. Poison water makes you move slow. Ghost is utilizing a little trick to run around the edge where you can kind of move at normal speed. And then there's all kinds of things to get stuck on. And ultimately, this place is a big maze if you don't know where you're going. You'll make quick work of
PT, I
pathing through here.
remember. PT, I remember this boss surprising you.
Yeah, this was not a good time. And especially considering when we get to this boss fight, when Ghost fights it, you'll see Ami is going to die in a solid 4 hits. Like, she's going to make an absolute menace and joke of him. But when I fought this casually, I couldn't get the actual correct hits to save my life. So I spent probably the better part of 8 minutes hacking away at this man's ankles, which are extremely protected and just very, very high armor. But Ghost is going to go ahead and hit with a headshot where it's severely weak, get the 3 hits with a solid just 3-piece and say, yeah, so anyway, and go about her business.
Yep, like it was nothing. But that highlights, you know, the specifics and the efficiency of the strats that Ghost is utilizing here. I'm sure quite many of them are her own strats that she has come up
hit
with.
head,
And the
yeah.
power of knowing what you're doing and using the beast pellets and buffs correctly. You can take something that someone could struggle on for days, and with some practice and repetition, it can make it a 10-second fight.
Exactly. And I think I've got the headshot on Ami for a fight maybe like 5 or 6 times. Like, I think Ghost was in my chat when she explained, yeah, this is how you can hit the head. And I hit the head once on my New Game Plus file, and I was like, my entire world has just shattered into pieces.
That
What do you
Amygdala
mean?
fight, it was one of the ones that stands out. When I was first learning the hitless pathing for vanilla game, slightly different version of what Ghost did there, but I was like inside. I was like,
Keo Cloud, thanks for the 63 months. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's like I just killed a late game boss in 4 hits.
If
You
they
literally
got hit
can't
right
tell
now,
me
they would
anything.
count it
exactly.
like they did
That
the
one
one hit
stands
that
out
they
when I
took
finally
already,
got the hang of that one.
and it would
Looks
increment
like we're heading
the
to
timer.
Hemwick,
I mean the counter.
which is where the witches of Hemwick will be at the end.
So Hemwick as a section itself, I know I said absolutely explore everything. That doesn't mean everything you explore will be fun. Hemwick is probably one of my least favorite locations just because I think a lot of the enemies there are generally annoying. Not a specific kind of, hey, you're unique and I can't figure out your stuff annoying, but oh, it's the amalgamation of everything I actually hate in one area. I want to be out of here as quickly as possible.
The one hit
Some
run.
of it
I
kinda
mean, the
does feel
strats
like
are
somebody
insane.
else's kid on an airplane.
The
you know,
gameplay
like,
is
come on.
insane.
I just want to get away.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to see the ticket said want to get away, and this is not lending to that. I don't
Yeah.
appreciate this. I've been lied to. But as you can see here, lots of hunters, lots of puppers, and these puppers are particularly angry. They've got stuff jetting out of them and whatnot. We're gonna grab a few echoes off of them, and then if I had to take a guess, I could be wrong. We're probably gonna pass up all of the ladies that are in here because the overwhelming majority of Hemwick is gonna be women and trolls. Because it is where
Yeah,
the
there's only a
witches of
few
Hemwick
that you
are.
have to kill. And fortunately, one of the good things about them is if you're not locked on and you actually roll into them, it causes a stagger. We were talking about DS3 earlier. There's a specific enemy, I forget the name because I don't know the game well. Same kind of thing. Ghost just did it there. You'll see it again in a few other spots. So it kind of cancels their attack and allows you to get by a little more free. But yeah, 99% of this is going to be avoided as quickly and as smoothly as possible.
For two
Just get to
hits?
the boss,
Wow,
get out of
cursing.
here, and
Good night,
we will
land.
Take the Hemwick Crossing and
Take
make
well.
our way to
Take well.
beautiful Castle
Sleep
Canehurst
well.
after this. I think I'm pretty sure Ghost will roll up here. She might have some tricks up her sleeve that I don't know yet, but I always roll into this one up here. It's kind of a proximity trigger to pounce, whether you have the invisible elixir type effect or not.
Yeah, and the low poise definitely does help out with rolling into them. And the enemies you're talking about, I don't know what they're called, but they appear in the very
Undead
first area
Settlement.
that you teleport to after you kill.
Undead Settlement.
God, it's the dancer's counterpart because the dancer is one
Borat.
of the
I mean,
Boreal of the
Boris. I
Vort
mean,
of the Boreal Valley.
Vort.
There we go. After you kill him, when you go to that area, a lot of those enemies there are just absolutely as sturdy as paper.
Are these DS runs
Yes,
going to be
you'll
on
see it
a
here again, I
shuffler
believe.
or something? What do you mean?
Same kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just like
Borat,
that.
the
Knocks
Bor-
them back.
the
Now, if you're locked
Boreal-
onto the enemy, that doesn't work at all. I learned that.
Vor
Someone told me,
Borat.
and I was like, oh, I can do that. And then I was like, hey, it doesn't work. And then they were like, no, you did it wrong.
Yeah, because I think by being locked on, it forces you to kind of like roll forward, as opposed to if you're not locked on,
Yes.
you can just kind of control your roll a lot more.
Well, it's a little more,
Oh, I
more of a
forgot
quick
about-
step.
I also forgot about our big friends here. That I think we're gonna pass one on the way up, or we might have dodged him. I
we
think
z-
we dodged him.
We're zooming. We don't see much on when Ghost is playing.
The Brick
You
Boys.
just go.
Yeah, Vor Borat. Yeah.
And then you have people who are just like, I would like to body block, and it's like, yeah, you could just leave. Actually, there's a really bad, nasty enemy that's out here too. You can find him in the very beginning area if you look hard enough. But there's also here in this area, just generally, these giant trolls with capes that have giant axes and stuff, and they suck. Oh, we should talk about this fight though, and why a casual player might get stumbled on it. Zero, did you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, this is the Witches of Hemwick. There's actually two. And your first time here, you're not supposed to know that. You kill one and it's not gone, and then another one appears, and you can see there's no health damage being done on screen. There's actually two. Ghost made quick work of it. And the interesting thing, you saw the enemies, these ones are still dying now, climbing out of the ground. That's related to insight. There's a well-known trick in this game. You come into this fight for your very first time, you gain one insight. So there's no way to do it your first try. But once you're in the fight, if you quit out or you bold Hunter's Mark or you die, whatever happens, you're allowed to go back to the dream, spend all of your insight, and if you return with none, it's just the two invisible witches.
This is the
that
boss
will
you never
appear
did and
on
got the
proximity.
game-changing item. Oh,
But
shit.
they don't explain that. That's some tricks that people have figured out
mean-
and shared with the community over the years. So when you know what Ghost did,
It's
was
no
the
blood
speedy
gem
version
workshop
with a
tool,
lot
but-
of knowledge. There's going to be summons. There's going to be
The
two
estimate's over on the
invisible
right
witches.
side.
If you don't kill them fast,
145.
they'll start shooting ranged attacks at you. And if
Hour
you don't,
45.
if you kill one but you don't quickly kill the other one, the first one comes back to life. There's quite a bit of stuff to juggle there.
And then that was like the exact insight thing I was talking about before.
Oh.
Where if your insight's high enough, congratulations, you've
Okay.
taken enough psychic damage that you can actually see the horrors of the world.
Yeah,
Which
so that
I
fight
guess
is quite
more
different
appropriately
based
is.
on. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I
I was
see,
gonna say, I guess the correct term is congratulations.
I see the confusion. I did not update the title. Watching run before my GDQ run. There we go. How soon raid? Soon? Probably as they're wrapping up the DLC or something. But yeah. My run will be after this run, so we're just watching it in the meantime.
Even without deep diving it, you'll get a lot of that hint in it when you're running through and you see
Hi,
all
Leo,
the
you
maids
ate?
and handmaidens furiously scrubbing on the floor, and they won't look at you, they won't talk to you. But as you progress through Canehurst, you'll start noticing that some of those handmaidens will actually come up and start fighting you. There's also gargoyles in this area that blend in with a lot of the statues if you're not careful. So this is the point in my Souls career where I learned to always look up. Always be looking up and always be double checking, because they will come for you out of nowhere. And some of the worst things about the peasants in this area is as some of them start fighting you, you'll start noticing some things that are incorrect about them. Like the fact that some of them are walking around carrying their own heads.
Yes. This is quite a cool area in terms of visual being very, you know, I think it's just a gorgeous area. And then there's a horror element to it with these ghostly characters. There's one here that kind of appear on proximity and they wail. They're like they're suffering. And like you said, some are carrying their own heads at their own waist, and they do an attack that can trap you. But luckily, Ghost has a pretty quick and smooth path through here. Little jump off a rail to get quicker access to the shortcut and get up to the boss, and you don't really have to deal much with her. Or with this enemies in this area. You just got to know the pathing and the running and the stamina and what to watch out for, and it can be a blur.
No, she didn't care.
And especially since, for just the knowledge of the chat, trying to get to the shortcut that Ghost just activated requires you to go through this entire area. There's multiple floors. There's multiple layers. You have to go outside. There's a bunch of things hugging on ledges.
Little parkour,
There's a bunch of just... Yeah, it's gross. So that shortcut's big. It's really big.
Spidey
and
web
then
swing.
this is where
Thanks
we
for
have
2 months.
another Miyazaki staple of let's play on the roof.
Yeah.
Because at least once a game, you got to play on the roof.
You could easily miss
The old
this
roof game.
boss. You got to do all this
Bloodborne is so
platforming
fucking
type
good.
stuff and
Yes, guys, if you want to be able to chat over there on the Games Done Quick stream, they do have a 10-minute follower mode, so pop a follow, and then once my run begins, you'll be able to chat there if you'd like to, you know, trash talk me or. Well, I guess that's it. Just trash talk me.
Ghost, I tell the story about my first ever foot fumble with Logarius.
I think so.
Yeah, so first and foremost, we're going to go and we're going to fight Martyr Logarius. And the trick to this fight is going to be he has a lot of like really big tells, and then he also does a lot of spells.
El
Ghost is gonna be able to
Cameron.
roll through most of the spells, and
Thanks
she's
for
gonna
5
try
months.
and stay
Welcome
in
back.
close proximity to him to proc him to try and do swings and melee attacks as opposed to these skulls. And she's going to deploy a lot of either 2-piece hits or a lot of charge R2s in order to make sure that we get the damage that we need. We just have to be very careful because he also has a spell that instead of 5 skulls, it'll be just one really big skull.
And it's
when
fast.
he tries to it is extremely fast. Now, once we get to the point where he's transitioning like this, she's going to interrupt it. He still phases to phase 2, but who cares? Because the next charge R2 murders him.
Yep.
So, story
Very
time
nice.
about the stumble effect. Very beautiful fight. Always bully Logarius. He's also a person that could probably be smacked twice, maybe 3 times, and I wouldn't feel bad. So, Zero had mentioned some head scratchy moments. There's a thing that can happen with Logarius where he has attack where he jumps into the air and then he lunges at you. Sometimes if he hits your character sprite without actually hitting you the way he intended, he will land on your character model and does this kind of weird footsie stumbling trick.
Yes.
And then, in turn, because he has footsie stumbled on you, first problem, that counts as a hit. Second problem, it stumbles your character, and while your character is stumbling, he has already recovered, so it's pretty much just free real estate for him to smack you. I actually had that happen in my Blood Level 4
think I've ever
run,
experienced
and
this
I
steppy
remember
stomp.
I became so
Thanks,
furious so
Panorama.
quickly. I was like, Ghost, explain. Ghost, explain right now what just happened. And there's a clip of it and everything where it's just me panicking, and I'm like, what do you mean he stumbled on my face? That makes no sense. What do you... So he stumbled on my face.
Oh my.
Yeah, he can get stuck on the environment. It's one of those classic Souls formulas where we can fall off the roof, but the boss cannot. He's got some second phase things that we didn't get to see at all, luckily, because they're quite tricky. He summons these magic swords that spin in circles in the sky, and some of those can break, and it's just so much stuff. So
Yeah, phase 2 Logarius is skip whenever possible.
Sure, real
It's
estate.
pretty
I'm
rough.
sorry to
It's
hear
a
that, Tree
nasty
Jerky.
phase.
very nice and quick fight. You know, a little
Love to you and your fam.
caution, getting sure to get in range and not get caught by something, and Ghost sent him packing. Looks like we're in the DLC now. For those that don't know, the first order of business is to enter this boss room here, past that guy who's guarding
my
the door, and you'll
run's
notice a giant
probably in
thing,
about
and you'll say, hey, that looks like a
15,
boss.
20
You're
minutes.
not wrong, but we can't fight it yet. We need an item on the other side of the
Let me
planet.
see, they're talking.
But to get to that item on the other side of the planet, we need this item. Basically stealing his wristwatch. It unlocks an elevator later, so that's the step one. Now we can move on. The first boss of the DLC will actually be Ludwig.
It looks like it's
And I
time for me to
believe
get
those
ready,
fights,
so
Lawrence
I'm going to
right
raid
after.
us over to the
No,
Game's
Lawrence
Done
is
Quick
after
channel.
Orphan.
Oh, okay.
And
so
in
we're
about
going
20 minutes or so, once
like
this
you.
run finishes up, it'll be my turn. All right, so thank you all so much for joining. And, oh, there's Jiggy, what's up? Yeah, let's raid on over. Games Done Quick. Boom. Shh, I'm not here. Oh, shit. Jiggy, you're hosting a damn
kind of reminds me of like the
event.
visual
Get
ones,
back
The
there.
Last of Us.
I'll see you guys over there.
You know what I mean? To the
Good luck
visual-
to our randomizer.
Yeah, this is the
Please, God, give us an interesting but not impossible seed.
So, you know, crazy running section. there's a
I'll
lot
see you
of
later.
scary
Bye.
Things. It's DLC level, so it's quite difficult. As enemies don't mess around, particularly these hunters that Ghost is going to zoom right by with the big cool hat. We're going to go out the door here and run through the Blood River.